universe care? Why should anybody
Well, I
care?
don't know. You keep framing it wrong. I didn't say the universe cares. I said that this is a great symbolization, a great symbol for everything wrong in Western society, which is men groveling for women.
You restart your computer?
Because for some reason, men seem to think that they need to grovel for women. They need to get on their knees for women. They need to let women hold the chain in any type of exchange or relationship they have.
Without us, you wouldn't have anyone in the world.
Women should be honored. Nobody says that women shouldn't be. That doesn't mean
What do you think he's
that there's
doing?
not. That doesn't mean that there's not a proper function. That's not honor.
He's bowing to me.
That's not honoring you.
Oh, he honors me.
No, how does he honor you? How much money? How much money does it take for him to honor you? How much money? How much money does it take before you feel honored, honey?
Actually, he doesn't pay me. I let him.
You just do it out of the goodness of your heart?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I have clients, yes, but he doesn't pay me.
Wait. You have other men who pay you to do this same shit?
Absolutely.
Right. So your job is to show up and humiliate men?
Yes.
Don't you think just
for a lot of money and people in a much, much higher up position than you are right now?
Well, Mr. Slave, if
Mr. Slave is actually a great
just go with
researcher.
Mr. fucking Slave, I guess. Wait, if you just wanted to spend all of your money and be humiliated by a woman, why don't you just marry a bitch and get divorced in 10 years like the rest of everybody else? Why go through all the bullshit, the pain and the agony when you could just go marry some skank? She could divorce you in 10 years and take all your money, and you can just, humiliate yourself that way.
Then I wouldn't have an interaction with her. This way I have an interaction.
Yeah, but I mean, you're paying for the interact. I mean, I know she says you're not paying, right? I get it. Right? She's just doing it out of the goodness of her heart, right? Just for you, not for other clients. Just for you.
Well,
I'm just gonna grant it.
He does my chores for me.
Wait, how does he do your chores for you?
The same way he does his own chores. I don't know.
Do
How
you,
do you do your chores?
do you hold his leash while he does dishes?
No, I don't. I'm
Yo, dog, you there?
not even here.
Yep.
Wait, so you just leave
Did you have
and
to
just
restart
leave your
your
whole
computer or
house?
Yes.
And then do you go over to another client's
like
house
it's
and have him pay you
better,
big
but-
bucks to do the same shit to him?
I'll do whatever I want. Yeah, I'll go to clients' houses. I'll go to my Alpha's houses. Yeah, I'll do whatever I want. I'll have him drive me.
So tell me, Mr. Slave, you feel like that's a good arrangement? And you come over and you clean her house so that she can sit on the floor and humiliate you?
Why do you keep giggling? Like I don't want to say
what I'm doing, I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be any confusion. I'm laughing at you.
No, you're not.
That's why
You're
I keep
pretending.
giggling.
No. That's not true laughter. You're pretending to be laughing.
No. I assure you, sir, it's 100% authentic laughter.
I don't buy it.
100,000%, hand to God, it's authentic.
I don't buy it.
In fact, I've been holding back laughing since you came on camera, to be perfectly honest with you. How can people not laugh at you? Come on, man. It's humiliating. What the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, I'm gonna ask
Like, why don't you get up and look at that chick and be like,
Wait,
"Get the
Andrew,
fuck out of here."
let him respond. Let him respond. He's about to ask a question.
Hey, Andrew, to answer the question, why do you care?
I already told you, I've answered this 3 times.
Why then?
Because a person like you who's willing to come on camera, whether I'm on camera or not, you would be with somebody else. You seem to like it. You seem to like to demonstrate,
Start
how
the
you
world.
enjoy getting humiliated by women in front of everybody. And like I
Yeah, I'm already
said
in the world.
several times already,
Uninvited.
it's the perfect symbolism for what's
Okay,
wrong
hold
with Western society, where the roles are so fucked up, you don't recognize that everything's always been inside your control. You don't have to sit on the floor like a dog and be humiliated and be humbled by some broad. Like, like, who cares, man? Like, get up off the fucking floor and get some self-respect and dignity, brother.
No, you don't seem to understand.
I don't. You're right. Explain it.
All right, so this is what I enjoy. This is what I want. I don't want her to be subservient to me. I've had girlfriends who were subservient to me. I have girlfriends who are subservient to me. I don't enjoy it. Certainly not as much as I enjoy being subservient to a beautiful woman.
So, just out of curiosity, why does it have to be one person has to be subservient to the other?
This is what I enjoy.
Yeah, no, I know. We get it. You enjoy it, right? You might just be like one of those run-of-the-mill sick fucks, right? We get that. I understand that. You might just, you know,
Why?
you need to put the cuckoo back in the clock. I get that.
Wait,
but
no.
You're still
Hold
a great
on.
symbol for everything that's going wrong in the West.
No, hold on. Please avoid, name calling, ad hominems, personal
I would
attacks.
prefer not to. That's one of my favorite parts of doing this.
Okay, you know it's a logical fallacy, right? If this is a debate, then you're losing
Well,
the debate.
an ad hom would be a logical fallacy, but I'm not using ad homs. I'm using personal insults, and those are tied directly into my actual argument, which is that it's disgusting to me and horrific to me to see a man on the floor with a chain and a woman holding it, and he goes, "But I like it, BPM. Andrew, I think it's swell. This is the best that I can do it." Come on, man.
Dog.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, dog.
You're not good on my feet.
Yo, dog, you go
I'll
back
tell you
into the
more.
mines
I
or
am
whatever?
here.
Okay.
My purpose, I would
No.
say one of my purposes
Huh?
is to
No, cunt.
make you feel
Look at some
disgusted.
coal, dog.
You're doing a great job.
Hold on.
That's what I want. I want men like you and men like Alex, dominant men. I want you to see this and be sick to your stomach.
Dog, we gotta get coal,
Just
dog.
We
as
are.
hold on.
I gotta cook
Just
some
as I am
meth.
sick to my stomach when I hear you telling men like me to ask beautiful women like my queen to get up and make me a sandwich. I feel so disgusted by that statement that I want you to see this and feel the disgust that I
Dog,
feel
we
for
gotta
that
get
statement that you
coal.
made.
So let me
I
tell
don't
you.
know how you feel when you see this, when you see me, but when I hear you talking about telling women to make men a sandwich, that is simply disgusting to me. Nothing more. Just disgusting.
Dog.
Well, I mean, you can't take the high ground while you're sitting on your knees, brother. But that aside, let me help you out with something else. Just something I think that might be helpful for you to understand. See,
You need
I
sugar
think
cane to make
that
paper?
you're right.
What the fuck?
that you do want people to feel absolute disgust with what's going on right now.
Oh.
That you want them to feel revulsion and all of this. See, I think that the real thrill for you isn't that you like it. That the real
Dog,
thrill
let's
is that you're just
go,
a
let's go
perverted
mining.
son of a bitch. And the thing that gives you the thrill and the thing that makes it fun is that it's taboo. And if it wasn't taboo, I don't think you would
Dog,
do it.
wait for me.
See, I think people like you get their sick, twisted
Nice,
thrills
dude.
out of the things they think society
Piece of
doesn't want them
shit,
to
dog.
Okay, so
I lost
I'll
both
fill
my
you in.
arms.
I've had.
Did you? Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm
What
sorry.
character is that?
I lost both my arms.
I know. I'm not going to.
It's the character
No,
that
she
you get when you
seems
go
very
to
unhappy
Palestine.
right now.
So
She
Is that
seems
why its
very
face is all
upset
fucked
with
up?
you, very
Ah,
cross.
Let him make his point. Let him make his
I
point.
have
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
Allah
Alright,
Akbar
so-
beard.
why do I? Well, I enjoy this. I mean,
Well, the
this
Allah
is
Akbar couldn't have
the
been that
porn
strong.
I
You just-
watch
you only
when I'm
lost your
alone.
arms,
This
just
is
left
the
your body
time.
in
This
your
is
head.
exactly the porn. So it's not that
Yeah,
I
but-
enjoy.
Dog, I
having
can't
other
ever close my eyes
people
now, dog.
watch me. Having other people watch me, I'm doing this for the
Piece
benefit of
of
humanity
shit.
and for the benefit
Where do you
of my
wanna start?
queen. I want to get her
Maybe
more
around like the
clients.
sandy area?
And I want to help
Or we
the
can
universe. I
Where we
want to
can
help
get-
humanity
It's a
and men
coal.
like me stop feeling shame. That's why I'm doing it in public.
Well, wait.
I don't-
Bullshit, dog.
Wait a second. Saying that the type of porn that you enjoy watching is the same exact thing that you're doing right now, that just yields my point. It just goes to my point that you're only doing this because you feel like people have revulsion and it's taboo,
Oh, right here?
and that's what you're attracted to doing. You're attracted
That
to
doesn't
doing
make any sense.
horrific things that you think will make people upset, right? It's
Doesn't
called
make
edgy
any
boy
sense.
syndrome. Yeah, it's just another form of edgy boy syndrome. But not only that, let me ask you a question. What was your relationship like with your mama and your papa?
Oh, this is amazing, dude.
I'm guessing
Right at
not
the
so
entrance.
good.
Well, as I was about to explain, so I have a theory. I mean, we came up with a theory. We have discussed this, me and my queen. Why do some men like me enjoy being humiliated? And why do some men like Alex and probably like you enjoy being dominant men towards women? So there's apparently there's
Where
this.
where did this idea come from that I like to be dominant with women?
I don't know. I was assuming it's not
All right,
necessary.
go ahead, man. Go ahead. Make your point. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I mean, some men. I mean, there's a spectrum. I have to assume. I don't have any research. There's a spectrum of dominance and subservience for both men and women. Like some men need to enjoy being dominant over women, and some women enjoy being subservient to men. And on the other side of the spectrum, some men enjoy being subservient and some women enjoy being dominant. So there seems to be a full spectrum on both sexes. So the question is, what causes this? Why did I become
What?
subservient?
Because you got fucked up parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the same is true. The same is true for men who are dominant. For Alex.
Oh no, I got a feeling that
I'll be
Alex
back.
probably has a pretty good relationship with his parents. Just
No, yeah, Mr. Slave. I've said this before. I have a great relationship with my parents. I'm super.
like I
close to them.
said, I kind of figured it, right? You can tell the well-adjusted in society from the men on the floors with the chains around their neck, Mr. Slave. And you can usually make an indicator real quick, which is that mommy and daddy were real fucked up. And I don't know if it was sexual molestation or if it was brutal physical abuse, but they fucked you up real bad, man. And by the way, is that her place or your place?
It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just wondering because I thought that she said you did all the chores and that place looks like a mess. So I'm just saying.
Well, we moved the furniture around. Anyway, so, I mean, I don't know what you are. What are you like? I guess you're in the middle. You don't like being dominant, but you said go make me a sandwich. So you want to be dominant.
No, it's not a dominant. Listen, this is not a dominating versus non-dominating thing. There's societal roles that men and women have that come from thousands of years of what works. Your ancestors knew what worked. They knew what worked. Men are physically stronger, they're larger, they're faster, and they're better at the physical activities. That doesn't mean that women shouldn't be honored in society, just like men should be honored. It just means that you each have a specific role to play. Women are the only ones who can breed. They're the only ones who can have children. Of course they need to be honored. And men used to die to protect women. That was the type of honor that they gave
You
to
take the
women.
GO train
But
again?
that doesn't mean you put them up on a pedestal,
Yeah.
or put a chain around your neck, and you get on your fucking knees for them, man. Come on.
All right. You know, in one of the speed datings, Alex took, I think, an identical collar to this one, and he pretended to put it on a girl's neck. And she put her neck forward and pretended that Alex is putting on the collar.
Yeah, he told a joke. It's called a joke, bro. You know what a joke? I mean, you know what a joke is, right? When people are kidding, when they're like playing around with each other.
Some people it's not a joke. Some people that's real life.
Yeah, well, I get that there's always going to be a fringe minority for everything. You know what I mean? There's always going to be. There's always going to be. But that's still sick. Just because they exist doesn't mean it's not sick. I mean, come on. Like, listen, let me ask you a question. I don't know what I call you. What do I call the dominatrix? What are we supposed to call you or refer to you as?
You can call me Queen.
Okay, well, I'll just call you Q. So, Q, I just gotta know, how many of these men
Got any more,
who you have
gold?
chains around their neck do you just
Any
have
more
lots
what?
of respect for?
Oh,
Hold up a
Hey,
hand
my-
and show me the number.
They pay my bills.
How many of them do you have respect for?
I would be homeless without them.
How many of them do you have respect for?
I respect all of them for devoting themselves to me.
Are you sure you're not lying? Right?
Why wouldn't I respect them?
Well, I'm just curious. Are you ever gonna get married to one of the men you have on a chain?
No, I wouldn't marry them. I'm not sexually attracted to them, but I respect them.
Right. So you wouldn't marry them, right? And why wouldn't you marry them?
Because I'm attracted to alphas.
Right. So wait. So you want to get dominated? Is that what you're saying?
In the bedroom, but I'm not making anyone a sandwich.
Well, what if they're really hungry?
They can order Uber Eats. I mean,
Yeah, and then a woman has to bring them a sandwich. You see?
Why do I
So
have to
either
bring 'em a
way,
sandwich?
a sandwich is being brought by a woman, right?
Uber Eats is a woman?
Sure. Women work for Uber Eats. What do you mean?
I've never had a woman Uber Eats, but maybe that's just New York.
Maybe it is. So you just heard it there from the Q herself, right? She says, "Look, bro, she don't want nothing to do with no asshole on a chain on the ground." You know why that is? You know why that is, bro? I'll tell you why that is. It's because she's got 7,000 years of female DNA in her body screeching that she's young and needs to breathe.
Did you
Right?
get
And
the same
so
thing you got before
She can't even
at
help
the
it.
CNN?
It's biology. For biology is saying you
And
need
I
to breed
got
with man
a
who can
sausage
protect,
here
take care
that
of, provide.
there's never been a
Not
sausage
man
stand
on the
before.
floor
Or like
talking
a
into a
sausage place
camera,
inside the
getting
food.
humiliated by some random asshole
What?
on the internet.
It's just funny to me.
I don't know. You
Why
said
not?
you're an
What did you get
engineer.
before?
I don't know how much.
I don't know.
how
It's
much,
just like, oh, there's never been a
biology did you
sausage
study?
place
I
before.
don't know what you're
So I got that. I don't know.
what you're saying.
It's completely normal, but I don't know.
Honestly,
For some reason, it makes me
I could
laugh.
say the reverse.
Well, I'm just basing it on what she just said, bro. What did she just say? She's attracted to what? Men on the chain on the floor? No, she says, I want alpha men, right?
Yeah, I've answered this before. I'm alpha. That's nothing to do with it. This is actually alpha behavior.
Well, then what's a beta look like if you're an alpha?
Like you.
That's what a beta looks like?
Exactly. If you study
Yeah,
so-
biology, if you study chimps in nature, you would see that you are beta. Yes.
So then, what's an omega look like?
I don't know what that is. I know alpha and
You
beta.
don't know what that is?
No, fill me in.
No. Well, I mean, an omega is supposed to be the perfect balance of all the personality types. See, the personality types that you're talking about, like alpha, beta, omega, zeta, all that shit, it was all postulated by a man named Vox Day. He was the one who came up with the social sexual hierarchy, at least in that way, right? Real smart guy. He still has a show over on D-Live. And you see, what he knows is what all of us out here in reality land, he didn't have fucked up parents and don't sit on the floor in a chain, know, which is that, generally speaking, really good-looking women want men who are strong and financially successful and good-looking. And ugly women also want the exact same thing. But no shock to me, right? But maybe that might be a shock to you, that the person who's holding the chain wants
What?
nothing to do with you.
You don't
More
know that. You
iron.
only know what she said. You don't know what she actually
What,
wants.
you don't believe women? I don't believe women either, so I mean, we could have come to an agreement on that. You don't believe women?
Yeah, you know, it's in
You
general.
don't trust your queen, bro?
In general, you know, in science, you can quote your data. Your data is what she said. You don't know what she wants. She doesn't know what she wants. It's very difficult to come
Why
to
don't you look at her? Why don't you look at her and tell her what she wants, man? Look at her and tell her what she wants. You want to make me a sandwich. Just try it once. Just try.
I would rather. I wouldn't do it ever with anyone, with anyone, with any woman. Why would I do it?
I don't
Why
know.
would I do
Is there
this?
even supplies in that house to make a sandwich right now?
What?
No. Is there even the supplies there to make a sandwich right now?
He has a cell phone. He can order Uber Eats
After he cleans your house, right?
after he cleans my house. He can provide himself food. Men are hunters. They can hunt their own food, and they're
That's true.
providers. I mean,
I love it.
I wouldn't date a man that can't feed himself. I'm trying to date a man, not a boy that needs
You
a
go by
mommy.
yourself?
Not someone's mommy.
No, mom and sister.
Well, I mean, he clearly needs a mommy. He has all kinds of mommy issues. You heard him.
I know, but he is me.
Yeah, but I thought
That was the
So once
F-35.
again, she affirms she
Good.
never dated a man who has mommy issues.
Nice and
You're
loud.
out of the ballpark there, Mr. Slave.
We're not dating. He's my
That's what I
slave.
Was
just
it the
said. I
loudest?
said you're out of the ballpark, right? You can't,
Yeah.
you can't move in there because.
But he's
well,
happier as my slave. He doesn't want to date me. He wants to
Yeah,
serve
the
me.
F-22 is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even as her
No,
husband,
They usually
even
don't
in my
get.
fantasy,
They've only had
one
the
day I'll be
F-22
her
2 or
husband.
3
I will
times.
still
ever.
be on the floor wearing a chain, doing everything she
Damn.
asked me to do. A husband, in my mind, my fantasy, the perfect husband is a slave, and the perfect slave is a husband.
Hey, Q, can I ask you a question? And it's going to be mildly offensive. I hope you don't. You don't have to answer it, but I'm just curious. Would you consider yourself a prostitute?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Do you
because
only
I don't
go
have
ahead.
sex. I would never have sex for money. None of these clients have ever seen me nude.
So
He
it's not
doesn't even-
prostitution.
I don't even follow him on Instagram. He doesn't have my phone number.
Do you think it would be a better idea for him to just pay for a prostitute?
But he doesn't want sex. He wants to be treated like shit. A prostitute's gonna give you attention. He doesn't want the
Don't.
attention.
Well, do you think that that's good? That these men want to be treated like shit?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but do you think it's good?
Okay, I'm listening to something.
Do you think it's good?
Do I think what's good? That
Do you
these
think
men
it's
do
good
that?
that these men want to be like? Clearly, that guy's mentally ill. Like
I mean,
clearly, he's mentally ill. You don't think you don't think you're playing a part in like perpetuating the horrific mental illness that this guy clearly had? Look at him. Just look at the fucking guy.
Actually, I think that if anything, it's healing because it's a type of therapy. Because if you knew, I'm not sure if you told them, about he had a rough childhood, and because of his childhood, he chooses to do this. It makes him feel better. This is what he believes in, so I'm doing good in the world.
Yeah, do you know that there's like a situation where like high school kids and middle school kids who are getting bullied and abused, they cut themselves. They like get a razor blade and they actually cut themselves.
This is so much better than cutting yourself.
Yeah, no. But would you say that it's good that those little kids are cutting themselves in order to cope with the horrific,
No, absolutely,
non-dealt with
not.
issues?
That's harmful. This is what he's doing is not harmful. If anything, it's helpful. Just like I'm helping, just like he's helping me, I'm helping him.
Okay, so back to my question though. You
Yeah.
would say that it's really bad for those little kids to be cutting themselves in order to cope with their trauma, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, would you say then that telling them that they should indulge in their trauma by continuing to cut themselves, you would say that that's bad, right?
I think. Why would I think that harm is good? No, harm is.
Yeah, right,
not-
right. So, but you're doing the
self-infliction
same
is not
thing.
good.
But you're
he's
doing the
not
same
harming
thing with him.
himself. He's so
You're-
happy. He's
Yeah, you're
playing with a puppy.
well, they're happy when they're cutting themselves too.
You sure? I feel like
Yeah.
they're in a lot of pain when they. do
That's why they do it. They do it because it makes them happy. It's a way to like externalize the pain or something like this.
Okay. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, we don't know anything about that. Let's bring it back. What's
Well,
your
no,
point?
I mean, she knows. Hang on, don't cut off your queen. We're having a nice discussion. Sit there like a good boy while we finish our discussion. So I was just gonna ask you.
No, but
since you
you're talking about something.
Oh, I can't believe you got to get him under control. He's out of control. You pull the leash a little bit.
He's my slave, not yours.
Okay, what you're talking about is outside the scope of this discussion. I don't know. You're talking
No,
about
no,
something.
it's totally pertinent. It's totally pertinent because what I'm asking her is if she thinks that feeding into your insane delusions would be akin to like telling a kid because it makes them happy to cut themselves to keep cutting themselves. I think she would say no, but she'll feed into her clients' crazy delusions because, well, after all, they pay her, right?
Look, if I asked her to cut me, and I would enjoy being cut, then fine. Then again, I would ask, why do you care?
Why do I care?
Yeah,
Why
why
do I care about delusion? Why do I care about people who are clearly mentally disturbed and their delusions are being
Okay,
fed into?
stop with the name. Stop with the name calling. Why
Well,
do
wait,
you
that's
care?
this isn't name calling. This is me.
Whatever. Whatever. Why do you care what happens here? Why do you care?
Because it has a greater impact on society. That's why.
How? How does
I've
this
explained it.
influence?
Look, I've already explained this multiple times, but I'll explain it again. Okay?
Okay,
So
explain the mechanics. No. Answer this
Okay.
question. How
Yeah.
does this influence the universe? How does this influence the universe?
So when you have a bunch of mentally deranged lunatics running around who are seeing dominatrixes and are on a chain and on the floor, I tend to think that those are the types of people who could probably do the greatest amount of harm to society, to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe they end up being
How
the
is
next.
this?
Maybe they end up being the next person who goes onto a schoolyard full of kindergartners. You know what I mean?
How? How is this harmful to society? Answer the question.
Oh, I just did.
I'm asking you this many times. You're refusing.
And I'm telling you this
You're
many
not.
times, and I'll
You're
tell you
not.
this again.
No, you're not answering the question. You're refusing to answer the question, Alex.
Wait, hang on. I think I understand what Andrew's saying, so let me just try to sum it up.
Where's the way out of here?
Because you're going to end up with heads in your freezer. That's what I'm
I have
saying.
no idea.
Heads in your freezer.
Wait, hold
Right?
on.
I've just been
So Andrew, the reason
digging.
that you think this is a
is it
larger
something?
issue is because you feel that people who are in Mr. Slave's shoes are more likely to commit like bad acts towards others.
Yes, of
Why
course.
would he commit any bad acts? He's
Well,
not harmless.
that's his argument, but
He's literally what? He's literally he's playing with a little puppy.
If I ever commit a crime, you can judge me. What you're doing is pre-crime.
No. I mean, what I'm doing is prejudging and saying that due to the mental faculties that you clearly don't have or possess, the chances that you're going to do something fucking insane, I'm going to put really high on the lunatic Richter scale. So my concern is that your Q over there, one day you're going to open up your freezer door and she's going to be staring at you. It's just her body's not going to be there, just her head. That's my fucking concern, bro. Like, serious concern is that you're going to go all Jeffrey Dahmer on some people.
Okay. In other words, you don't have an argument. All you have is pre-crime. I can say the same thing about anyone. It's total nonsense.
No, you can't. You see, there's profiles for people. You realize this. There's profiles for people. See, when people are really fucking disturbed, there's trends in the things that they do, and there's trends in their actions, right? Just like if you were to look at like serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer and people like this. What does it start with? A fucked up childhood. They get into all kinds of weird ass Dom shit, strange pornography, and then what happens? Next thing you know, heads in the freezer, right? I mean, come on. Why wouldn't I suspect that somebody as abnormal as you, who is psychopathic enough to sit on the floor in front of a camera and allow a woman to put a chain around your neck, isn't a complete psychopath?
So when Alex pretended to put the chain, and when Alex does
Joke.
basically the same.
Joke. Yeah,
in
he's
his-
making fun of you.
No. It was not a joke.
Yeah, it was a
It
joke.
was, no, it was pickup.
It was a
And
joke.
Alex, if you follow Alex's channel, you will
You
see
are
that
above ground?
Alex is.
Yeah, I was
Mr.
bringing
Slave,
some
Andrew's
blocks
not the
back
biggest
so I
fan
can
of mine
put in
either.
more.
He's not like a pickup supporter, just to clarify that.
I
So
don't have a problem, but
Andrew would be pretty critical of some of the shit I do too.
right, but Andrew is not critical of Alex BDSM, but Andrew is
Oh,
critical.
you're talking to the wrong guy. Very critical of Alex in almost every aspect you could ever imagine. Privately and publicly, by the way. But he's still a likable guy I enjoy talking with. But here's the thing, brother, just so you understand, what he was doing is called a joke. It's a joke. What you're doing right now is called, well, I don't even know what it's called. It's called like fruitcake gymnastics, some kind of. There's something going on upstairs that ain't correct. Let's put it that way.
Wait, but Alex is my mirror image. Alex is also into BDSM, but he's male dominant. So would you say the same about Alex? One day we're gonna find Natty's head staring back at us from the freezer. Would you say the same thing?
No,
Why not?
because clearly Alex is in charge, at least in some degree, of his own mental faculties. Where's the chain around Alex's neck, Mr. Slade?
No, Alex puts chains around women's necks. Alex
Yeah.
is my mirror image.
Yeah, he does, huh? So he follows the natural order of the universe. That's what you're saying. I'm kidding. Look, let's back up. So I want to engage with this in good faith. Why is Alex not a psychopath? And chances are good that you're likely going to be a psychopath and he isn't. Because he doesn't come from a broken home. He doesn't have fucked up parents like you did. He's not sitting on camera humiliating himself in order to get some type of mental gratification out of it. And not only that, he seems to be very emotionally stable and can at least make some kind of coherent. He seems to be very emotionally stable and can at least make some kind of coherent argument for why it is that he believes the things that he does. You, on the other hand, are just like, I'm just trying to drive down stigma so that people won't judge me so hard for being fucking batshit crazy.
Okay, so you're saying, but Alex is sane and has all his mental faculties, yet my slave here is a brain researcher.
Wait,
And
I'm sorry, he's a
tries
what researcher?
hard. He's a brain researcher. He has multiple residences. He has all his faculties there. He's a very well established person in society. He's not a serial killer.
Yeah, but I mean, what does his profession, like Jack the Ripper was a doctor, right? I mean, what does his professional capacity have to
He's
do
not
with the
harming
fact?
anybody.
Well,
But he's
yes.
not.
And by the way, I think he is hurting somebody. He's just hurting himself.
But how does that affect anybody else?
Well, the same way that
you're hurting.
the same way. Well, wait, the same way that the kid cutting themselves affects somebody else.
Let me let
Like,
you talk because you're more important than me.
that's true. I am. But I'll yield the floor back over to you.
Wait, yeah, let's let her. You made a pretty good point. You made a long point. Let's let them respond. Go ahead.
Remember what I was saying? He was
It's an amazing point. You keep hurting me and
That's
us.
not even what I was going to say, but you're saying that, okay, so there you go. You're upset that he's hurting himself, but you're hurting yourself right there. You're smoking cigarettes. That's harmful to yourself. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. It's different. You're hurting yourself internally, and he's too. Mentally. It's the same thing. How is that different?
So I'll explain the difference.
Please.
It is true that cigarettes are a nicotine delivery system, and that I am addicted to nicotine, and that
I'm sure there's
addiction,
other ways
and
in
that
your life that
hang
you
on,
hurt yourself as well.
and that addiction is bad. We'll both agree that addiction is bad, but we're also going to have to agree that even though you're addicted to cigarettes, that in no way impairs your mental faculties whatsoever, and there's certainly a difference in degree between what happens being addicted to cigarettes versus postulating yourself on a chain, on a camera, wearing a GIMP mask, playing with a puppy, and hoping that a woman takes enough pity on you that one day she just might show you a little bit of her nipple, right? Like, just a little. Like, this is the difference, and it's night and day. Clearly, everybody can see it, right? Am I way off base here, Q?
Okay. But who are you talking to? You're saying
Both of you.
clearly everyone, but who's agreeing with you?
So you wouldn't agree with
I
me
don't
that there's
agree
no
with you at all.
difference between being addicted to nicotine and literally sitting on the floor, having a chain wrapped around your neck and playing with a puppy? You would consider these to be equal on the scale of mental detriments?
No, I don't think that
Right.
there makes a difference because I think that harm is harm. Well, if you're saying that what he's doing is harm, I mean, I don't necessarily agree that what he's doing is harmful to himself.
Well, I mean,
Wait, Andrew, let her finish her point. Go ahead.
Just like some people, they'll drink alcohol. Are you gonna go over to the bar and then berate them and tell them, "Oh, you're a menace to society because you're hurting yourself in public," or "This is terrible that you're harming yourself"? No,
Yes.
let them deal
Well,
with
actually, not only is the answer yes, but we have laws
Yeah,
on the
you
books
do?
that you
You do?
can't
You
be.
go back to the bar?
Yeah, are you allowed to be intoxicated in public?
You're not allowed to be intoxicated. in
Right?
public.
Why not?
I don't know, but there are bars and people do it.
Don't you think that the reason is because if you're significantly mentally impaired, that you're a danger to yourself and other people, and that's why you're not allowed to be intoxicated in public?
But then why do they let you drink in public? It's just like
Well, they don't let you drink in public. That's why you can't be intoxicated in public. That's my whole point.
That's what a bar is.
No, bar's not in public. That's a private establishment.
Oh my goodness.
And you're going from the
okay.
private establishment to a
So this is
private
a
vehicle
private
to your private
establishment?
home. It's
My
true.
private
It's
home
true.
is-
Hang on.
He doesn't
That's a
do it. He doesn't walk around the streets with a leash.
Well, wait. Just hear me out. What you're doing is you're making non-analogous arguments. Okay? What I'm asking you specifically is, let's pretend for a second you had a child. The child's 5 years old, and the child likes to burn their hand. They just get a huge amount of enjoyment out of burning their hand. Would you continue to let the child burn their hand because they enjoyed it?
That's a silly question.
Why?
First of all, you're comparing a 5-year-old who doesn't even have their brain fluid to develop. They can't make decisions like that on their own.
Okay. Now, how about a
This is
20-year-old?
a grown-ass man. He's making his
Yeah, how
own-
about a 20-year-old who just likes to burn their hand? Would you think that they were okay in the head?
No,
Figure out
that's
how to
just
get
a
out.
mentally unstable
Thank you.
teenager.
Thank you. Because
he's
it's
a grown-
totally abnormal. Wait.
There's
Why do you think
it's-
a staircase.
Well, Well, that's a grown 20-year-old who's burning their hand, right? And you said that that's
See,
abnormal
I
behavior.
don't see one go
You would
down.
clearly consider this abnormal behavior, right?
He's not
It's like to the
inflicting
right
any
of the
harm on
of
himself.
the bottom of the staircase.
So what if it's
Well,
abnormal?
Come on, he's not inflicting any harm on himself.
Wait, abnormal is just, out of the norm. Statistically, why do you care whether
don't
I'm
even know how-
statistically out of the norm or not?
How to
Why
use
do you
that
care?
information.
Well, let me explain.
Okay, so wait,
What
you're trying to go
bottom of
down
the
or you're
right?
trying to go up?
Trying to go up.
So and you know where? Okay, so you know where the thing is to go down.
Okay.
Go to the top of it and then turn around, and it should be right to your left. If it's still the same
Oh,
room
fuck.
that you were in.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. There you go.
Let's pretend for a second that you're a psychiatrist or a psychologist. If you were going to make a determination whether or not somebody was mentally ill, do you think that you would look for normal behavior or abnormal behavior?
Wait, what?
If you were a psychologist or a psychologist,
Okay, it's too
psychiatrist.
you
No, it's not complex. It's not complex. Let's just say a psychologist. Look, you're just a psychologist.
No,
And you were gonna determine,
Hang on, Mr. Slave. Let him finish his point. Go.
and you were gonna
I'm talking
determine
about
if somebody's
Alex,
mentally ill. Would you look for normal or abnormal behavior, Mr. Slave? Which thing would you look for?
No, I didn't even listen because I'm not listening to you because you keep coming up with these
Stop yelling.
hypotheticals. Stop with the hypotheticals. I'm asking you again.
This is well.
Reality and truth and what is real, what is here right now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at what's real right now. Would you agree, Q, that that's abnormal behavior?
Oh,
No,
stop.
because I see this every day.
You do, but would you agree for most people it's abnormal behavior?
I mean, the same thing is that goes with everything. You can't.
Well, no. I mean, like eating a cheeseburger is not abnormal behavior, right?
I mean, it is for vegetarians. I mean, it is.
No, it's not even abnormal for vegetarians to see people eating a cheeseburger.
Okay, well, it depends on where you go in the country.
No, it doesn't depend. Anywhere in the country, nobody's going to be wigged out by the fact people are eating cheeseburgers, right?
Cheeseburgers.
Nobody's going to be upset that anybody's
I feel
eating
like-
a cheat. Nobody's going to be wigged out or think it's
We're
abnormal.
generalizing again, though. Let's talk about what's fair. No one's eating
Well, if I get
cheeseburgers.
specific, you go, it's not fair. And then if I generalize, you say that's not fair. I don't, how am I supposed to make an argument? What am I supposed to do here, guys?
You don't need to make an argument. You need to just agree that you're wrong, and that you need to just accept that there are other kinds of people and other kinds of ways of being in the world than the way that you are comfortable with.
Dominatrix.
Hang on. Let me address this real quick, Alex. Do you think that being a serial killer is wrong?
Again,
Q,
stop
hang
it,
on.
man.
Just hang on.
Stop.
Q, being a serial killer is wrong, right? You would agree with that, right?
I didn't hear what Alex said. What did Alex say?
Okay, what I was gonna say is you have to make a case for why you think that Andrew is wrong. So you have to present an argument.
Well, hang on, Alex. I'd like this answered. Q, would you say being a serial killer is wrong?
Yes, of course.
Well, you just need to accept that there's other people who live a different lifestyle, and you just need to accept that that's okay, because there's just different people all over the place. And that's okay. We just need to accept them, right?
But that's different.
Right.
It's
Now you're getting
different
it.
because serial killers are harming people. Fetishes don't harm people.
Oh, I disagree.
If anything, it's the opposite. Who are they harming? You? Because it's disturbing your
wait a
eyes? I'm
second.
sorry, sir.
Does he watch pornography? He said that
And
he
that's
did.
his business. It doesn't
And this-
matter.
and
How
this
does
is
it
the
affect
type of-
you?
Well, wait. People have to make the pornography, right?
Yes, so
And don't you think that sex work is harmful to women?
it's their choice.
But don't you think it's harmful to them?
I mean, again, that's relative to the situation. To some people, they're not mistreated and they just need to pay their bills, and so maybe they're being treated really nicely.
So, do you think it's harmful? Do you think it's harmful or no?
Let-
Which would you follow?
okay,
Okay, do you watch porn?
No,
You don't watch porn?
no,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
So, well, there's all kinds of porn. There's straight porn, there's gay porn, there's fetish porn. So you're saying all kinds of porn is not good?
Yeah. Well, you know what pornography does? It rewires a person's brain. It makes it harder and harder for them to climax. So what ends up happening is people become more and more dependent on pornography. They actually have to graduate to harder and harder forms of pornography in order to reach climax. And this rewiring has caused massive detriments in society. There's huge studies on this. Even progressives agree that this is true because there's really no way not to. If you just look at how pornography rewires men's brains, it's insane. It's like nothing anybody's ever seen before in
That's
human
why
history.
women are superior, because we don't watch porn.
Women do watch porn,
Do they?
and it rewires their brains.
How do you know? Are you a woman?
No, I just have the
I
data.
don't judge. Maybe you are. I don't care.
I just have the data.
You have the data?
Yeah,
How do you have data? If it's
because scientists make data and I read it. So
but
like,
more
what they
men
do is they
watch
pull.
porn.
What they do is they. So how it works is they pull people. They just call people on the phone and they're like, "Hey man, do you watch porn?" Yeah.
What?
Well, how often do you watch porn? 3 times a week, right? And then they ask them things like, "Okay, has it become easier or harder for you to climax since you've been watching porn?" And then they do neurological studies, and then they do personal. There's just hundreds of studies on this. It's insane.
Okay, fine.
And what you end up with is the same result over and
You have
over again, which
stupid
is this.
statistics about porn.
What's that?
I said, fine, you have stupid statistics about porn.
Yeah, stupid. Those dumb scientists. The same thing that you said gave that guy credibility.
But what does that have to do with people living different lifestyles than you do?
Well, I mean, you said the serial killer is wrong because even though she's just living a different lifestyle and he based it on harm. So if I can indicate there's a harm being done, then you'd have to agree with me it's bad, right?
So you're saying it's bad because it's harmful to him?
Yeah. And well, it's also harmful to you.
To me?
Yeah.
What's how?
Well, so you think of these people as being like a wallet that fill your purse, right?
No, he does my laundry.
Yeah. Okay, so these are all men who give you stuff. But you see, the wall comes very quickly for women. And what happens when you're in your 20s versus when you're in your 30s versus when you're in your 40s,
You're no longer beautiful.
Oh. Why would
that
you-
happens quick.
No, because But there's ways.
And then what skill are you gonna fall back on?
He told me he loves me forever.
Yeah. Are you gonna put dominatrixing on your resume?
What?
I bet when you're serving sandwiches at the Arby's, they'll let you in because you put dominatrix on the resume.
Gonna have to find a job and something.
I mean, that's a fair point, but I do have a regular job.
Right. Well, so
But
here's the thing.
again, I don't think that I'm being hurt by this.
Yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 50-year-old cat ladies who say the exact same thing.
All right, I'll be back.
Shit. Go.
What night of the week would you want to go to country style with me?
We can go any night.
But you'd have to go with me. Holy Holy fuck.
Yeah.
You there, dog?
Chances are high.
Okay.
Yeah. What
So,
happened?
I mean, about the detriment effects of this. So some men choose to pay when it comes to paying. So now we're stepping into the realm of science of economics.
Did you work today
Yeah, I did.
at the depot?
Yeah.
Was it hot today, or was it just downtown that felt hot?
It wasn't too bad today for me.
Yeah, like there was like a cool breeze at some points, but the sun was strong, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when a man pays for this service, he chooses to pay for the service. And when a woman chooses to accept money and deliver the service, so economically speaking, based on economic theory, so the man is better off. He chooses to pay the money and receive the experience, the service, and the woman chooses, right, she prefers the money over the time, over the energy, and she gives the service, so both parties are better off. Hence, the universe is better off. Why do you care that the universe is better off? The universe, I just proved mathematically that the universe is better off. But you're sitting there upset. Why do you, I mean, right? So, I just proved mathematically the universe is better off.
Well, you didn't prove anything mathematically.
I'll do
What
it
you
again.
said.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay, it's a mathematical proof. This is basic economics. Basically, introduction to microeconomics. Preference
Now it's
theory.
microeconomics?
No, it's microeconomics. Yeah, preference. This is introduction to microeconomics. Preference. You know.
Okay, Mr. Slave, go ahead. Explain your equation.
Okay, so we have two people, right, alone. conducting a business transaction. So the man prefers to hand over the money and receive the experience, and the woman prefers to receive the money and deliver the experience. So both parties are better off. Hence, the universe has been made happier by this transaction.
So let me ask, off almost as much as Star Wars. You had to sit there at your house and it's like, well, no and yes. And I'm very blessed that I'm able to do this. However, yeah, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Flag Ninja becomes a channel member. I thought you were already a channel member, Flag Ninja, but whether it's a re-up or whether you're just becoming one, thank you. Thank you very much. Darth Bender says, "Hail Ryan." It felt like one. A little bit. Fish Vagina for 199. I think your forehead is just fine. That's as much as I can hope for, Fish Vagina. That it's just fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Why are our YouTube names normal? You know why? Because my channel's the best. My channel's the best. All right? I told YouTube came to me and they were like, "Hey, we've heard a lot of things wrong. You want to switch to that @ username thing?" And I'm like, "Fuck no. My people are the best. My subscribers are the best. If you're chatting in my channel, I don't want that happening." Honestly, I don't fucking know. I do not know why that update has not rolled around to me yet. I can't tell you. Other than just you guys are lucky. Vlad the Man. Oh, Angst Kitten. I accidentally clicked this one. Angst Kitten says you're streaming extra late tonight. I am. It's because I accidentally fell asleep on the couch. And slept through when I had intended to start the stream. But luckily, we're still here. Vlad the Man for 199. Drank too much wine today. I get it. Yep. There it is. It is. I do hate like the username update thing because like my username is like @RyanKinnellRK Outpost 1 or something stupid. Whatever they fucking automatically gave me when they switched over this dumb username thing. Fuck that. Fuck that. I see Alonzo Musk, Deeds, Minnesota, Pugs, Ronan, all hanging out. Happy campers over there, hanging out in the Rumble chat. Thank you guys. You look like a guy who fell asleep at the couch. I mean, I look that way because I did, Sean Shank. Ryan's, hold on. Crispy says, "I'm drunk as fuck. Luckily I'm here for the show." Bergflicket says, "Ryan's fake concern is genuine." My fake concern for what? My fake concern for what? My concern for myself? No. I was concerned about not doing the stream because I'd be like, man, what an asshole move to pull. I don't like doing that. You guys are expecting it. Jacob Wolf for 199. Bears division winners for the win. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I would love it.
I'm not holding out too much hope. Not getting my hopes up. Not getting my hopes up. Ralph says Ryan's beard is coming in well. Him and Beardo can have a contest next July. I don't think so, because honestly, I don't know what you mean by coming. I literally trim it probably once a week. I take some clippers, like set them to 2, and I just like. So it hasn't grown any. It's not getting any bigger. I don't know. It's not getting any bigger. I keep it the same. I keep it the same. No shave November. I won't shave, but I will trim. What is this? M Spock says Ryan only fakes his orgasms. Haven't been in a situation to need to do that. But, hey. Why are you gay? Says Taryn. Gay's just a made-up thing. It's not real. That's not real. We should talk about the box office a little bit. We got to talk about the box office at least a little bit, because holy shit, were people wrong about 2025. Survive till 2025. This summer box office, it's gonna be huge. Look at all these things. We could have all these billion-dollar movies: Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic World, Rebirth. And holy shit, has all that come crashing down. And on the last technical weekend of the summer box office, it might be the most embarrassing yet. Because not only did the box office finish about $400 million less than people expected it to when it was all said and done in totality, but to wrap this up, a 50-year-old movie, quite literally, a 50-year-old movie in Jaws, damn near took the top spot at the box office this weekend. Jaws made $8.1 million on its 50th anniversary release. A 50-year-old movie. And it's not like new stuff didn't come out. Caught Stealing, which has been, in my opinion, has been fairly heavily advertised. It's got Austin Butler in it. It's got Zoe Kravitz in it. Like, it's been fairly highly advertised. And it couldn't beat Jaws, a movie that people have seen a million times at this point. Now, to be fair, I suppose Jaws is one of the movies that kickstarted the idea of like a summer blockbuster, a summer tentpole 50 years ago. But this is a sad state of affairs for Hollywood, when you had one movie that just barely cracked into double digits in terms of millions of dollars, right? At 10.2 in Weapons. And I liked Weapons. I talked about Weapons. I thought it was solid. Here's Jaws. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. Did anybody watch Jaws? I do want to know if anybody watched Jaws this week. Still got all this stuff. Now, I saw Primitive War on Friday night. And for the type of movie it is, for kind of like a B movie, you know, small budget and stuff like that, it was a lot of fun. Some of the dinosaur stuff was a lot of fun. It was actually scary and vicious and like all this stuff. In terms of some of the plot, you know, a few things that I would say, well, maybe think about explaining that a different way. Maybe think about that. Maybe think about doing this instead. Overall, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to be honest with you. Primitive War, Vietnam, random valley that's just full of dinosaurs, because I don't know if I'm going to spoil it away, but Russians are involved in somehow. Nuclear stuff is involved. It's wild. It's kind of a trip. But dinosaurs that actually maybe look a little more like the dinosaurs really looked. We've got raptors that actually have feathers and shit on them. It was fun. I had a fun time watching it. I really did. So that's still out in a couple places if you can find it. But like this is such a big example of what the fuck is going on. The box office that was supposed to return to pre-pandemic heights, 2025 is finally going to be the year for theaters, finally going to be the year for these studios. And right now it's dragging about 10% behind last year. Now, obviously, Avatar is going to be big when that comes out. How big will Avatar be? We don't know. Is it going to be another $2 billion movie with one having come out just so recently? We'll see. That only takes up, what, about 10 days, 11 days? I forget when that's released of 2025, right at the end, the last 2 weeks. So we'll see how much it makes during that time. But as of right now, what people expected it to be, that's not the box office here in 2025. Whatever happened to the mantra survive until 25? The go-to refrain for theater owners, I fucking hate that it does that, and Hollywood executives trying to remain optimistic when the box office kept slumping last year with revenue lagging well behind pre-pandemic levels. Perhaps the mantra disappeared this summer when it became clear that not even the likes of Superman or an even bigger or scarier dinosaurs could save the day. As the season wraps on September 1st, Hollywood's facing a worst-case scenario. May to Labor Day ticket sales in North America barely matched the 3.7 or 3.67 billion collected in 2024, even if the deficit was only 7 billion. Piling on, Universal's release of Steven Spielberg's 50-year-old Jaws beat 2 new studio films domestically over Labor Day. All it assumed this year's summer lineup would have the strength to equal or surpass the 4.09 billion grossed in summer 2023. That, of course, was the year of Barbie and Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, stuff like that. But it isn't to be, leaving studio execs and exhibitors in a state of shock as they wrestle with how to operate in a new world order where moviegoing might never return to pre-COVID levels. And of course, they go on to be like, a lot of male skewing tent poles that didn't perform well. Oh, what? I can't imagine why these movies that are supposed to be made for men and men aren't showing up to them with what you've done with these franchises. Like, come the fuck on.
Bomba clock.
Come the fuck on. As Weapon stays at #1, and technically it wasn't at #1 last week. K-pop Demon Hunters Sing-Along, in theory, was #1, but because Netflix doesn't support those, I think Weapons technically was the #1. You guys understand what I mean. But yeah, this is a sad state of affairs right now. Bad Guys 2, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I expected more from the Bad Guys 2. It's obviously holding very well, but it just did not open well at all. And I saw Bad Guys 2. I liked it fine. I was expecting more from it after the first Bad Guys, to be honest with you. Production budget, $80 million. He's still got a long way to go. Still got a long way to go to make it up. I wonder why I can't find the Primitive War here. Why can't I find Primitive War? Obviously, it's like a very small indie movie, but I don't see it on the releases anywhere. I want to know how that did. Obviously, that's not something that's going to be in the $10 million range or anything like that, but I am interested to know how it did. Very few showings. My showing was, what do you call it? My showing was pretty full on a Friday night, but that was the only time it played in Orlando that night. You know what I mean? I had to go to the AMC at Disney Springs to go watch Primitive War. That's how much I wanted to see that movie. AMC at Disney Springs. Oh, Primitive War is a Fathom event. They don't report box office. I didn't know that. I do know that they don't report. I didn't know it was a Fathom event. I also did show up, like, fairly late as the movie was just starting, so anything that they would have said before it, I didn't see either. I hope it did good, though. I hope it does well. And I didn't have any bad, no, my theater experience was perfectly fine. It was good. Nobody bugged me. Nobody was yelling, hollering on their phone. None of that shit. So it was good. I was happy with that. I was very happy with that indeed. Jason Nelson for 2. Can you address the inflation doesn't matter lunacy? Like, I think that the people who are talking about like inflation doesn't matter, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, inflation is just a simple way to kind of correlate these things between years. The reality is the best comparison, right, beyond inflation is actually ticket sales. Now, those do go hand in hand a little bit. It is not like a linear inflation along with ticket prices thing, right? Because, yes, although inflation is causing a rise in these things, the way that people are going to theaters is changing, right? You don't have, like, as many theaters that are just a bunch of seats packed in there. Sometimes you're paying a little bit more for less seats that are there, and they're hoping to like make the same money. But ticket sales are, I think that is very important. I think it's very important to note that while yes, Man of Steel did beat Superman without even thinking about inflation or anything like that, when you compare ticket sales, it's a completely different ball game. You're talking about a movie that sold around half of like the ticket sales for as compared to Man of Steel, because those things are direct reflections of what's happening with your audience. But 100% it's fair to look at these things and factor in inflation. 100%. And people that say it's not, or people that say, well, that's ridiculous. How could you buy? Yeah, Gone with the Wind would make. Yeah, and yeah, that's the point. The point is that Gone with the Wind was in theaters for like fucking 2 years or something. And that like, a huge percentage of the population saw that movie repeatedly, and ticket sales for that movie were outlandish. Same thing for Star Wars. It's like, yeah, like we understand that's why people are talking about this. Yeah, money's valued different. But the idea that you should just discount it immediately is retarded. But the thing is, it is much easier to be like this factored inflation. Those are easier numbers to find than total ticket sales. Total ticket sales are a more difficult number to find. So the argument for it is Gone with the Wind wouldn't make $4 billion if it came out today. Well, no, it probably would not. But like the idea that that is just an unheard of, oh my gosh, that's an unreachable number. No, it's fucking not. Look at what Avatar did, right? Look at what Avengers Endgame did and stuff like that. Like that is not an insane number if you think about the movie that more people went to than like any other movie in history. It actually makes a ton of sense. Now, do I think that if Gone with the Wind came out in the same way today? Obviously not. It's a different era. But I think that those are fair comparisons to make. I don't think that saying adjusting for inflation is the end-all be-all of any fucking argument. But I think ticket sales are very indicative of the health of your business.
The following program is rated 14+ and may contain coarse language and/or mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Really just gun bros defending him. I mean, that's why this is coming out, right? The reason this is a thing is because the opening weekend, right? The opening weekend for Superman and Man of Steel, a lot of people were being like, look, it beat Man of Steel. Its opening weekend beat Man of Steel. And the truth is, even if you don't adjust for inflation, if you account for worldwide numbers, and if you account for an actual opening weekend the way they do now, if you take all these things into account, Man of Steel actually beat Superman opening weekend without adjusting for inflation. But that obviously was then a thing that came up. People were like, well, when you adjust for inflation, it's not even close. Man of Steel was obviously much higher than this. That's what started the whole conversation. And I think that not gun fans, but fans of Superman, I think that they thought eventually this argument was going to turn into Superman makes $750 million, but people that like Man of Steel are still like, yeah, but it didn't beat it adjusted for inflation. These were like the arguments that they've been having or were prepping for. And now in reality, they couldn't even beat it without adjusting for inflation. That's the thing that's wild is like, it doesn't even matter. The whole adjusting for inflation conversation surrounding Superman doesn't even fucking matter, right? It just doesn't. Because even without adjusting, it didn't really come that close. $70 million short, or around there, 60, 70 million. And if you factor in the number of tickets sold, it is not even close. Half as many people.
What?
Brandon says Ryan could sell advertising
What?
on that forehead. Bro.
What? Sorry, say that again. Did I eat them? No, not yet. Well, I had bites.
How are they?
Yeah, they're good.
We had bites.
I had smaller bites of the Oreo and the hazelnut, but they were good, and birthday cake was good too.
Oh, it was
You want to sponsor
good.
something? Let's go.
Nice, dude.
I'm for it. If the price is right, I'm willing to play ball.
Fucking autism.
I'm willing to play ball.
Allah.
Give me a number. Double Hawk for 5. I just got home from watching Weapons. I honestly liked it. The tonal shift didn't bother me, but the scene towards the very end was a bit ridiculous.
Fuck.
Yeah, I like. That was my main hang up with the movie. I thought that like the fight scene at the end, you know what I'm talking about? The fight scene at my end that did kind of make you chuckle,
Shit.
like before the big ridiculous scene. I thought that was like the appropriate level of that's kind of silly, but it works. The next one, it just in like such that serious moment, I just didn't dig it. It didn't ruin the movie for me or anything. I still like the movie, but I did like the movie. And even though I didn't like the way that it ended in kind of that ridiculous fashion, which was intended to be humorous and had a ton of people in the theater laughing their asses off, it didn't come over as funny to me, and I didn't like the shift in tone right there. Comic book movies are in need of a tush push, says Health Minister of Belgium. Not wrong.
It's over.
You're not wrong. Ding Venus for 5. Went to 2 movies this weekend. It was a
It's
ghost town.
fucking
My Primitive War was fairly packed. And it was at one of the theaters at Disney Springs that is a little bit more of like a traditional theater. Like the chairs are like you're sharing an armrest with somebody if you're sitting right next to somebody, like that type of thing. As opposed to the recliners. It wasn't one of the recliner things. Like the seats, like you get them and then they'll move a little bit, but it's not like a recliner thing. And that was, I want to say maybe like 65, 75% full, somewhere in that range. But it was pretty late. It did seem like a ghost town for most of the places. As I was just walking through the theater, there was like nobody there. So I got no idea who was in the theaters themselves. Corn Pop for $5. Are you interested in selling ad space on your forehead? Asking for a friend in chat.
fucking
I'm telling you,
faggot
man, as
didn't
long as
build
the
his
numbers-
castle.
Yeah, I've been getting like hundreds and hundreds of blocks. Now I'm getting sugar cane.
Fix your goddamn mind.
Fucking
piece of
retard.
shit.
As the numbers
Faggot
right,
retard.
we're good to go. Hamdinger just says Gina Carano. Hail Gina Carano. I don't know why you said it.
You think Gina Carano's hot?
Imagine GoDaddy on there. Oh, dude, GoDaddy? Hell yeah.
She was young, yeah.
I'd love
Well,
that.
even now, like I saw her on a live stream. She didn't look bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she got
Raycons? I could see
jowl
Raycons.
now.
Yeah. Okay. How
Raycons right
recent
here.
did you see her?
My Raycon
I
everyday
don't know.
earbuds.
Past couple years, maybe. I don't know.
Joshua
You
Henderson.
know, I think it was a while ago.
Uh,
Maybe like around COVID or
let's
something.
see. Why don't you keep your streams on YouTube, Ryan? Well, it's not like I private them. I do unlist them, so if you watch it at any point or you see the notification, you can still see it. But I mean, one of the big reasons is oftentimes I clip so much stuff from my streams. One, I don't like leaving up super long videos or super long streams because my algorithm is based on my kind of 6 to 8 minute videos, you know. And so I feel like having longer streams up there that's such a small fraction of my subscriber base are actually watching. I just don't know if that's the best idea for the algorithm, and because I clip the stuff out and put it up as the individual uploads anyway. But I don't know if there's any
raiding time.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know if there's any validity to my theory on that or not. None of us really know. None of us on YouTube really know. We don't have any idea. We're just guessing. We're just guessing. iTalk Studios says, how about them Rockies? Fuck the Rockies. Fuck the Rockies. Fuck the Giants. We got swept by the fucking Giants. We got swept by the Giants. The Rockies fucking walk us off. Fuck you. What's up, iTalk Studios? Good baseball, Shannon. If you guys are interested in baseball, go check out iTalk Studios. Fuck. Can't talk too much. Red Sox lost 2 or 3 to the Pirates. I mean, the Pirates do suck, too. But at one point in time, it looked like the Colorado Rockies were going to be the worst team in baseball. Some YouTube guy I follow said to unsubscribe to him and then subscribe. That would fix his views. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know if that's the case. But, you know, give it a shot. I don't have too much to complain about. I'm happy with the channel, you know. Chris Wilcox, is there a movie you're looking forward to, or at least hoping it'll be worth looking forward to? Running Man, Glenn Powell. I think that seems like it's gonna be fun. Mortal Kombat got pushed to 2026, right? I wasn't really. That's another one who would be like, that'll probably be fun. Laughing Man says I'm gonna unsub and see if that works. Well, please make sure to resub. You know, Laughing Man. What are the rest of the movies? List of movies releasing in 2025. Let's see what we got up still. A list of American films. July through September. So Conjuring, let's see, Conjuring Last Rites is supposed to come out next weekend. I don't really care about that. Batman Fools. Downton Abbey, who gives a fuck? The Long Walk, the more I've heard about The Long Walk, the more interested I am. I'm not usually a huge, like, that's a Stephen King thing, right? Not usually a huge Stephen King, like, movie adaptation guy necessarily, but I've heard it's really scary. What else? American Sweatshop. That sounds interesting. Bro, not much in September, to be honest with you. The Smashing Machine with The Rock from A24. That, I'm going to go see that for sure. Tron Ares, we'll probably watch it to review it. I don't care about Tron. Like, I've never really cared about Tron before. The idea of seeing so much of it, like, in the kind of real world is, like, it was off-putting in a little bit of the trailer. I'm not expecting anything from it, but I will go see it. Kiss of the Spider Woman. What the fuck is that? Black Phone 2. I didn't see Black Phone 1, so probably not. Nuremberg. That could be interesting. The Running Man coming out in November.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Wicked for Good will probably do.
Sprechen Sie
I expect Wicked for Good will probably do about what the first did, 700, 750 million, somewhere around there. Zootopia 2, I think, will do very well. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out later. I'll watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in December. It should have come out in October or something. Avatar Fire and Ash. Well, you know what might give Avatar Fire and Ash a run for its money? SpongeBob SquarePants, Search for SquarePants. I'm going to see that. Anaconda. That's right. Anaconda with Jack Black and Paul Rudd is coming out on Christmas.
Oh, fuck, dude.
The Housemaid. Sydney Sweeney. Amanda Seyfried. Yeah, so we'll see.
Bro, dude, this is crazy.
What?
Okay, so you...
Berg
I know
Flicka
you fucking heard this song
for
before, but
$20.
you know
Thank you,
Lollipops
Berg
and
Flicka.
Roses by Jack Jones?
Possibly. I don't know it by name, but
It's like a classic song. All I'm gonna say is, dude, like the lyrics are so fucking true, but this guy would get absolutely fucking flamed for it today, man.
yeah, let me just type it in and see. You said Jack Jones?
Yeah.
Jones. Lollipops.
I just feel like he would catch shit for it today. You probably understand why.
Each time you speak is a lollipop.
Sounds like a song I would have
Take
heard.
care to all and have a solid week. Take care
I'll
and
listen
to
it
all
later,
have a
just
solid
in
week.
case,
Well, thank you, Berg Flicka.
Get copyrighted or whatever.
We'll do our best. You know, no promises. We will do our best to have a good week. It's a new month, September. I like September. Wake me up when it ends, but I do like September.
So,
Over on the Rumble side, Ronan for $2 says the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are being released Fathom events in September. Do you believe they'll do good numbers? In my opinion, Spider-Man 2 is a top 3 in superhero movies of all time. I think they'll do okay. Again, I don't think anyone should ever expect these movies to like blow the door off of shit. Now, Revenge of the Sith did better than I expected it to. Revenge of the Sith re-release box office. What did that do again? Yeah, 25 million domestically for that re-release 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. That was wild. Like, I don't know. I don't know if the Spider-Man movies will do that well. They'll do okay. People will like them. Like, people will go see them, but I just don't think it's going to be mind-blowing. Alex Belfour for 5. My boys are watching Clone Wars cartoon. It started from the first season. Are there seasons to skip? I'm going to be a real Alex. If you love your kids, just skip all the seasons. I think that the first season is really rough. Like, the first season is really rough just from a childish type of elements. But, I mean, if the kids are watching, maybe they'll like that stuff. For me, when I stopped watching was when we got into season 4 with, like, all the Darth Maul resurrection shit. I had to stop watching. I was like, this is so stupid. This is just so retarded. And I've been pushing through, been trying to watch it because it's Star Wars, even though I don't like it. And I just had to stop. Eventually, you know, like years after the fact, I like caught up with all of them and everything, just to understand what was going on. But I fucking hate Clone Wars. I really hate Clone Wars. Pugs gifts a subscription. Thank you, Pugs. appreciate that. I assume that he means, like, I assume he means the TCW Dave Filoni stuff. Joshua Henderson. Now, if you're watching, like, Kenny Tarkovsky, the 2003, like, if you're talking about that, you can watch everything. But those are, like, very short. I wouldn't expect people to refer to those in any seasons of this I should skip, because it's only, like, a couple hours total content. Alex Belfour. Oh, I just said that one. Joshua Henderson. I just started watching first season of Dexter, and so far it reminds me of Breaking Bad, but I hear the show fell off after the 4th season. You know, to me, the show gets a little wonky in, like, maybe season 4 or 5. I think the only bad season of Dexter is the last season. Like, I think that is it. Like, not to say that all of them are really good, every season's perfect. The only bad season of Dexter, in my opinion, is that final season. Razor Burn says, Ryan, hanging out with Chris Gore at Dragon Con. I gotta go with Chris to Dragon Con at one of these times. I gotta go with him. It seems like a lot of fun. How many kids do you think are watching this chat, Ryan? Hopefully none, Corn Pop. One, because this channel is not made for children, but also to keep them away from you. Just in general. I've heard that Dexter Resurrection is fucking awesome. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to finally... I don't have, like, a Starz subscription or whatever, so eventually I'll have to watch them. But I am looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll see. Showtime is... Yeah, Showtime, not Starz. I don't have, like, a subscription to that, so it's a little bit weird, because, yeah, it's on Paramount Plus, but you need the Showtime add-on for it, so it's something that I do not have. And if it's good as everyone says it is, I'll just go ahead and, you know, instead of, like, you know, getting it from other means, if it's as good as everyone says it is, I'll sign up for, like, the month or whatever, so I can binge watch all of them. I'm still on my Ironheart crime arc. I can hook you up, Ryan says. Thanks, kitten. Maybe. Maybe. Ryan, you will love Dragon Con. Also hanging with Rizit. Yeah, Chris is, like, past couple years, Chris has tried to get... It's not that far away. It's in Atlanta, right? So, theoretically, I could drive there. It's only about a... what's Atlanta? Like a 4-hour drive?
Dog, you have any more iron?
Maybe 6, but like 4 or 5.
I don't know.
Google Maps.
I do, but I'm super far away.
But why does the ad for some stupid app that isn't Google Maps come up? Fuck that. Atlanta. Directions. 6 hours. It's 6 hours from me. But I mean, it's still easily drivable. I'm probably gonna drive when I go to Dallas in late September. I'm probably gonna go to Dallas. I'll probably drive there. That's a long fucking drive. I would like to at some point do Dragon Con.
Holy fuck, dude! This place is massive. There's fucking columns and everything.
All right. We gotta talk about Snoop.
What do you mean columns?
It looks like this shit was man-made, fucking to hold up the roof.
I don't know if you could hear that or not. Corn Pop says, I'm eventually gonna get on Joe Rogan. We're gonna have a discussion. Okay. I look forward to it, Corn Pop. Let me know. Let me know. We got to get to the Snoop Dogg discussion because it is not like, it is not exactly straightforward because Snoop Dogg's representatives are claiming he didn't say something when there's like a record of him saying it, and it's not like it's been deleted or anything. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. All right. Let's get into this Snoop Dogg story that's kind of been in the news cycle for the past week and a half. For over a week now, the discussion about Snoop Dogg slamming Disney's Lightyear and essentially saying, I didn't know what to tell my grandson when I went to the theater, where I went to show him something, just some family-friendly entertainment, and all of a sudden, there's two moms on the screen, and my grandson, my little grandson, is asking me, hey, how do these two ladies have a baby? That doesn't make any sense. Snoop Dogg went on a podcast, had a complaint that a lot of parents and people in America have been having about Disney entertainment lately, and the world lost their mind at him. The woke mob took over. The woke mob started calling for his job, started saying, that's disgusting, that's homophobic, how dare you? How dare you ask for your children to not have propaganda shoved down their throats? A lot of calls for him to lose his job here, for him to lose his job from The Voice that he has with NBC. And now we've entered a different part of this story because the writer for Lightyear, the movie that was a complete and total failure, a bomb that lost hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney, that writer has come out and claimed that she is the one that wrote that in there and that she's proud of it. Lightyear screenwriter Lauren Gunderson says she does not regret writing the scene after Snoop Dogg's response. A character needed a partner, and it was natural to write she instead of he. I knew the impact it could have. I'm proud to infinity. Love is love. Why don't you talk about how this movie lost hundreds of millions of dollars? How about that? How about that? So I created the Lightyear lesbians. I knew the representational effect it could have. Small line, big deal. I was elated that they kept it. She's the one that wrote this. Well, then a lot of pressure was on Snoop Dogg. And then the headlines as of yesterday were this. Snoop Dogg caves to cancel culture after Disney Pixar backlash, says my bad, and teach me how to learn. And it's true. You started seeing screenshots flying all around with Snoop Dogg's official account replying to a Hollywood Unlocked post. Now, a puzzling part of this story is that Snoop Dogg's representatives are saying that that's a fake apology. It's not real. It's not real. No sign of so-called sorry on rapper social. Despite a backlash to recent anti-LGBTQ comments made by Snoop Dogg, an apparent apology circulated on social media from the iconic rapper appears to be as phony as a $3 bill. A sweep of Snoop's social media feed showed no apology from Drop It Like It's Hot performer. In fact, sources say there was never a response from Snoop on the fallout from his Lightyear statement about his grandson seeing a same-sex couple married on screen. The comments seemingly from the 6-time Grammy winner apologized for his recent statement that a moment in a 2020 Disney Pixar film fucked me up and made him scared to go to the movies. And we've talked about that a little bit. But then we have this screenshot floating around. Now, the wild thing about this is that when I went to Hollywood Unlocked's Instagram a couple hours ago, I couldn't pull up any comments on this. I couldn't pull up a single damn comment on this post, including any from Snoop Dogg. But then a few hours later, all of a sudden, the comments were back, including his. Now, this is verified account. This is Snoop Dogg, 88.5 million followers. So this post is still up. This response is still up. I was just caught off guard and had no answer from my grandsons. All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for a 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect. So, obviously, somebody wrote that. You wrote that. If I could judge based on the writing, like based on the spelling, the grammatical errors, I think you probably did write that. Yet a lot of his reps are saying no. Like, it is a fake, a source close to Snoop Dogg tells us. So are you saying that it's fake, but it's still up? Like, it's still on your account? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. To me, none of this shit matters about him saying that it's not real. It's still up. It's his account. It's still up. In my opinion, he caved, right? He caved to these people that are criticizing him, that are calling him homophobic, all this stuff. Now, do I think that Snoop Dogg thinks that, like, if Snoop Dogg saw lesbians in an R-rated movie or whatever, do I think he'd have any problem with it? No. I think specifically his issue is with this being introduced to his children, or grandchildren in this case, to young children. That's what his problem
Dude, you got
is.
like 2 dogs on a
Regardless of what
boat,
anybody's,
Yeah.
thoughts are about gay
They're
people or
fucking
trans
dying,
people or
dude.
whatever, one thing that the vast
Actually?
majority of people, regardless of whatever your actual
know,
opinion
they're
is on these
whimpering.
issues, is that shouldn't be pushed
Fucked up.
in movies and TV shows that are meant for children. Children shouldn't be propagandized. But because Snoop Dogg has some backlash, because people are calling for him to be fired from this, look at all the money you fucking made. Do you think you need to apologize to anybody? Absolutely not. So it's tough to tell, like, what this means. Like, his representatives saying, no, that's not real, it didn't happen. Maybe they disabled comments for a little while so people couldn't see it, so then when they went there, it didn't look like anything was there, but clearly it still is there 4 days later. So them saying it's fake, I don't really know what the fuck that means. It's clearly there, and it's clearly your account. If somebody else wrote that, you've had a couple days to fix it. You could have deleted it pretty easily. But in my opinion, Snoop Dogg kind of bends the knee and just kind of wants all this to end and for people to stop calling him homophobic, which, to be honest, that's a pretty fucking gay move. Not gonna lie. That's a pretty bitch
Ugly
made
ass
move.
ass.
Stand by it. If you meant what you said, stand by it. That's
Gonna
the best
castle
case.
dogs
You don't
with
have
some
anything to
fucking
apologize for at
poorly
all, and
built
somebody like
wall.
Snoop Dogg, with all the money he's made, with all the shit he's got going on, he doesn't need to apologize for anything, especially something that, 99% of people kind of agree with. Stop pushing this shit in children's entertainment. Snoop Dogg.
Bro, what the fuck are you trying to get out there?
Just anything.
What?
Anything, nothing specific. Just found this massive fucking cavern.
I just don't care why you care about in 2025. I really don't know what brought it up. I didn't listen to the full podcast, right? It's like a 2-hour-long episode. I just listened to the important parts. So I don't really know what got him to bring that up, right? I'm not sure. What was that side ad article, kids suffer under Putin? Bro, I'm telling you, I fucking constantly end up getting, like, all the time, these fucking, like, Ukrainian ads. That kids suffer under Putin thing, I get it all the time. And I don't know why. Oh, Snoop. Sad day when 50-year-old rappers are apologizing for dumb shit. Ukrainian wife? Now, that I might be interested in. That I might be interested in. Jason Nelson, you need to review Terminalist Dark Wolf. I've watched the first 3 episodes and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I I didn't know exactly what. I can't say I was looking forward to Dark Wolf. I knew I was gonna watch it because I love Terminalist Season 1, but I really want Terminalist Season 2. This is obviously a prequel. I didn't realize how much this series was going to set up and talk about Rafe, which if you have read Jack Carr's books, you know that that's a character who becomes very important, like in the coming books and shit. I knew he was going to make an appearance. I knew he was casting. I didn't realize how much of this was going to be a Rafe backstory as well, which obviously I think is going to pay off in season 2 a lot. So, yeah. I really like the first 3 episodes. I think there's 3 more. I think it's probably like a 6-episode thing, right? I'm not sure, but I've enjoyed it so far. It's good. They want you back in the army? I never been in the army. Yeah, the actor playing Rafe is very good in, like... So, the way Rafe is described in the books is a little bit taller than Reese and built like an MMA fighter, essentially. A lot of people, when hey, you knew that Rafe was going to be introduced, a lot of people were asking for, like, somebody like Chris Hemsworth. Like, Topper basically... in this serves as a Chris Hemsworth clone, almost. Like, he looks similar to him with the beard and everything. He talks similar, obviously. So it works. I've only seen him in Black Sails, obviously as Billy Bones, and the small role of Dickon in Game of Thrones. Corn Pop for $2 says boobies. Why, thank you, Corn Pop. Why, thank you. Ryan, are the Sundays scheduled still the same for NFL games? The Sundays scheduled. What do you mean, Jose? Do you mean, is my schedule still going to be the same during football season? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ryan would never read my last comment out loud. Allegedly, your last comment. Got me. Joshua Henderson for $10. I can't stand folks who wimp out on a fight. I'll never understand why everybody keeps bending the knee to these freaks when they're threatened with cancellation. Then they fold. It pisses me off. I think that I have a level of understanding. Look, I think that depending on who it is and where you're at in life and shit, I have a level of empathy that I can understand for some people in certain situations. However, most of the people we talk about, I don't. Because most of the people we're talking about that I'm talking about are people that have been paid millions of dollars over the years. People that own, like, record companies. People that, like, just have, like, this crazy amount of wealth that don't need to apologize to anybody for anything, you know? So I really don't have too much empathy for that type of shit. But, like, sometimes, like, for, like, normal, everyday people who get, like, caught, like, people that are just, I just work as some random, like, receptionist at this company, but they get, like, caught up in these viral fucking culture war moments. I have, like, a level of understanding for people like that who don't want to get embroiled in a fight and shit. Not that I think it'll really help them by apologizing, but I can feel and understand that. Because you don't feel like you have any power or whatever. But for most people that we talk about, that ain't the case. At least that's how I see it. Abra Milia, see you Monday. Good night, Ryan. Yes, Monday. FML, the FML podcast returns tomorrow. That's what I was saying when I woke up at 8 p.m. and missed my streaming time. Fuck my life. God. Pugs. What's up, Pugs? Pugs with 5 gifted memberships. It goes to Ira Flowers, Big Z Video Games, Drunken War Dog, GTS Usaka Tagome. Yeah, thank you, Pugs. That's 6 from Pugs. We got one earlier from Deeds, Minnesota as well. Thank you. Thank you guys over on the Rumble side. Appreciate that. Yes, not here. The FML podcast will not be on this channel. It'll be on Vera's channel. So I will share it in the community tab before we go live so you guys can see it for sure. And then a week later, it'll be back here. A week later, it'll be right back here. I'm glad that the FML podcast went so well. I'm very happy. Alternating each week. That's right. Week one. You still working on the intro? Bro, I did my intro. I already worked on a fucking great intro for FML. I gave it to you guys last week. It was fantastic. It was amazing. Amazing. And you had to be there. You know what's wild is that I posted that live stream on the RK Outpost Live, expecting it to get a couple thousand views. It got like close to 20,000 views, and the crazier thing is that it, I gained like 800 subs from that video. Something crazy like that. It's just fucking wild. Like, why? Why? You guys liked it, so that's good. Like 800 subs on the RK Outpost Live channel, not on this channel, obviously. Did you see the trailer for the Savant TV show releasing in September? It looks like it would be gloriously cringe. Is that the one that's supposed to be on Apple about some woman who's stopping straight white males from killing a bunch of people? I think we might be talking about that tomorrow on Daily with Jay. Well, yeah, I did see that. Ugh. I already slept a lot. For some reason. Did anyone help with the FML podcast in particular? Did anyone help with the podcast? Well, Laughing Man, you dropped a fucking $500 bomb. That was fucking awesome. But if you're asking, like, did anybody help, like, production-wise? No. Obviously, the chat, like you, made it a great stream. But in terms of if anybody was working on the podcast, or that's like the question you're asking, no, just me. Vera. Now, the intro, I'm gonna take full credit for that. I'm gonna take full credit for that. It was me, says Laughing Man. Thank you, Laughing Man. Thank you, thank you. I'll give you all the credit. Ronan for 2. Normie question, does Vera know if her shit works to be able to stream to Rumble? She said it herself. She prioritizes streaming to YouTube. I don't know, Ronan. I don't know, Ronan. I can ask her, though. I can ask her. Justin Martins, love the FML podcast. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. One episode, we've got nowhere to go but down. So, we'll see what happens. Did you guys catch some of this stuff for Avengers Doomsday? D23 Disney Destination D23 happened over the weekend. We got some reveals. Oh, a new animated thing coming out. Blah blah blah. Obviously, one of the big things that people wanted to know about was Avengers Doomsday and the updates for that. In all honesty, we did not get very many updates because, quite frankly, they're still fucking writing and filming this movie. But the Russo brothers came out. They got kind of crashed by Paul Rudd. And they were talking about how exciting it is, how amazing it is, how they can't believe what they're doing. It's all so fun. But in terms of anything new for Doomsday, not really. There was a little teaser that they played that was just various shit from a bunch of characters from other movies and stuff in the MCU or in movies that they've already been in. So there was really no big reveals for this, and quite frankly, I'm not surprised. They're still in the middle of filming. They're still in the middle of writing this fucking movie. And I think what Chris Hemsworth had to say about it is just even more evidence. We heard Rebecca Romaine. We heard all these people who have been filming this thing when asked, hey, you know, what's, are you done filming, blah, blah, blah. They all don't know because they're still writing it, quite frankly. But, like, listen to what Chris Hemsworth says.
Thor is returning to Doomsday. Can we expect a Thor 5?
I don't know. We'll see where this one goes. We're sort of unpacking all of that as we speak. Where each of these characters go. Thankful to be involved in this one. Back together with a lot of the old cast, a lot of new cast. It's something that I certainly love.
And then Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming, who's obviously returning from the X-Men movies, says something that I think nobody wants to hear. Alan Cumming says, Avengers Doomsday feels like a superhero orgy. There's so many people in it. I just feel bad for the person who had to schedule the film. There's like 30 of the biggest actors in the world. It's just absolutely nuts. That is the worst way possible to advertise it, because that's what everyone is afraid of. Yeah, everyone knows that there's like 50 people in this movie. Everyone knows it's going to be crowded. Everyone knows there's like no possibility of them coming up with a coherent story. Everybody knows this. And this just makes people feel more like that, to be honest with you. The idea that they are still writing it as they go, the Marvel way, writing this thing as they go along, trying to figure it out as they go along, trying to do this shit. It spells like, to me, I think that this movie's going to be awful. Could it make money? It could. I don't know if there's any hope this movie's going to be good. But here's what the Russos said. Hi, D23 members. This is Joe and Anthony Russo. Right now we're in London shooting Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday. The movie is, to say the least, a big one for us. Bigger than anything we've ever done. We're bringing together so many of your favorite heroes to face one of the greatest threats to the MCU. Paul Rudd comes in and says, we're surrounded by jaw-dropping sets and some truly incredible talent. Many of who you saw teased in that great video. And that video, by the way, it's like Captain America, Loki, fucking, I think Pedro has a moment in there. It wasn't like any big reveals of anybody else, you know what I mean? It was just shit from other stuff and moments we've seen in the MCU. Bringing this story to the big screen means the world to us. We couldn't do it without your support. Right, we're surrounded by jaw-dropping sets. What does the jaw-dropping set look like? In my mind, it's just a bunch of blue screen or green screen. Like, what the fuck else is it? And then there's audio of the teaser out there, but again, it's just, it is just shit. I don't know if, like, we'll get hit for it. Probably not. But there's no reason to play it because it's just shit you've heard before. There's nothing new. The idea that this is like a sneak peek at Doomsday, it's not. It's just other things that people have said in the MCU before. The more we hear and the closer we get to this thing, and we're still well over a year away.
Oh shit, you're fucking close.
The less likely it seems like they're going to be able to do anything with it. That is.
You have a way out?
That could be considered good. Like, I think it's
kind
just
of
going to be
dug like down.
And that doesn't mean that I don't think that there's a chance they could get it hyped up enough to convince people to go just see Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans or whatever when they eventually reveal that Chris Evans is actually in it. Doesn't mean I think it's only going to make $200 million. I'm just saying, I can't see a situation where this comes off and is like a good movie. I just don't. I can't see it. Avengers Groomsday. Justin Martin's for off topic, but how far off the green are you still using your putter on the fairway? Almost never, if I'm being real. Almost never.
Have any more pickaxes?
I am a big 8-iron guy. You know? Like, if I've got plenty of room to run up along there, I'm a big believer in a little bump and run 8-iron. I'd much rather skip over that fairway, get that thing on the green and rolling. I like doing that more than I like putting from the fairway, or like if it's on the fringe, sure. But if it's more than a couple feet, I'm chipping that thing. Foxwolf, Ryan can't golf for shit. Foxwolf, I have not played golf in over a year. I beat the shit out of you right now. I am not great at golf.
How to get back home.
I am better than the average person. And I don't really need to practice. I don't really need to go out there a lot.
It's in that direction.
But if I went out right now, I'd probably end up shooting mid to high 80s-ish. And now maybe you're a scratch golfer, Foxwolf, but I doubt it.
Because I just raided that village, so I recognize it.
I doubt it. My best round ever, 77. I was 19 years old. And I had played fucking...
Bro, don't leave me,
I played 36 holes. I think I played 2 rounds.
You can't get on the boat?
The day before. And people needed a sub for something that we were doing at the golf course. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking go play. And out of nowhere, I shot a 77. I broke 80 twice. I had a 79 and a 77. Kind of a cheesy 77. I did hole out on a par 5 for eagles. Like, that probably wouldn't have happened. Like, normally it was very lucky that I got there, but still. Best round I ever had in my life. I was just hitting everything. How much did I play? I worked my first job ever. My first job ever was at a golf course in 7th grade. I think I had to be 13. I think maybe it might have been 8th grade, because I think I had to be 13 to get a work permit or something. I had to get a work permit signed from my school, so I may have been like 13. But whether it was 7th or 8th grade, my first job was at the golf course, cleaning golf carts. All right, cleaning golf carts, putting them away, charging them, doing all that shit, and cleaning up around the clubhouse. And so I worked at a golf course most of the time that I was in high school, so I got to play anytime I wanted. I went out there all the time during the fucking summer. But
I can't get on that boat.
Yeah, I have not played.
It's space to get out.
Huh?
I can't even get on that boat to bring them back. So.
I just don't have the time. It's kind of expensive now. We got 2 big $50 super chats. Key Lime Kayla for a $50 super chat. Doesn't say a damn thing. Doesn't say a damn thing. Thank you, Key Lime Kayla. And then to follow it up, Buford T. Justice $50 doesn't say a damn thing. Now, I think that Buford would have said Clone Wars is trash. I'll speak that into existence for him. I'll speak that into existence. Good stream, Ryan. Bye, chat. Well, thank you, Kayla. Maxwell says, I score over 100, Ryan. More points than you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I hesitate to say, like, I don't like saying I'm good at golf. Fucking Jeremy or those people fucking suck. They're awful. Like, they are bad. Jeremy is a terrible golfer. Right? So he says Ryan's really good. Like, don't let him do it. Ryan's really good. I wouldn't say that. I would say I'm definitely better than the average person that goes out there. But there's also people that are fucking light years better than me. Light years better than me. Ank's Kitten for $2. Is it better or worse than the empty chair reveal? Well, it's just like, so there is no video that's been, it'll probably be there sometime. The audio is the only thing that's been leaked, but from what people are saying, it's just these little snippets of things like that we've already seen. So probably better than the chair reveal. Wait, do you mean the movie itself or the teaser? Anything will be better. Anything will be better than the chair stream. The gap between you and a pro is massive. Yeah, like I've played with a couple people, including the pro who worked at the course, like who's a good fan. That's how I got the job, right? We knew the people who owned the course and the pro that played there, who actually, you know, did play in the U.S. Open at one point, stuff like that, right? But even he, like the gap between him and other pros was huge, but he was still a pro. And like playing with him is eye-opening onto just how fucking good they are. Because it's not just how far he can hit. It's like he's gonna put the exact right touch that he needs for this hole to get him in the right position. He's gonna land it on this side of the green because he knows he's gonna get this roll, which is advantageous. Maybe not to get as close to the hole as I was trying to go, but to set him up for a perfect putt. Like all this shit, right? That is so advanced and so good. Where I'm just thinking, all right, let me put this thing out in the fairway. I'm gonna fucking rip this thing, put it out in the fairway somewhere. All right, I'm gonna try to get this on the green right there. I think this is my yardage. They're controlling everything in like such a phenomenal way. Pros can't be compared to normal golfers. It feels different though, right? Like golf is one of those things where it does feel different because. So when you look at professional athletes in like say basketball, or whatever. Yeah, I would never even dream of comparing myself in any meaningful way to fucking 6'8" LeBron James, 270 pounds of probably steroid muscle, like can jump out of the, like, it's not even a joke. Like you can't even think about comparing yourself. When you see professional golfers and some of them are like built like me, right? They look like me, like they're my age, like all this stuff. It's like, you can compare yourself to that person because that's like realistic. And then you see what they're able to do and it's insane. It's insane. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure we're caught up over on this side. I think we're good. Get rested up for Vera tomorrow. Fuck my life. I do need to get rested up for that, especially if we get any chats that involve me drinking. Enrico, by the way, picked up the package. Maybe we can do that unboxing on Wednesday. Maybe do that unboxing on Wednesday, Enrico. I was playing at Pacific Grove with an out-of-towner. We were both at the 75-yard disc, and I said, put off. He looked at me funny, and I put it to 6 feet. Damn! Wait, you put it from 75 yards out? I can't do that shit. That's never been me. I don't like that. I don't like that. There's like a famous Jack Nicklaus clip, obviously when he was older, and they were playing it. I don't know if it was his tournament or a little prime thing they were doing, and somebody was almost like that far out, and he's like, you can putt that. And he's like, you can't fucking putt that. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, sure you can. Just look. And he like puts a ball down, and he takes a couple practice swings, and he holes out, like fucking holes out on like a similar length putt, which is just absolutely insane. He was a legend. But thank you, Enrico. And yeah, maybe we'll do that unboxing. Maybe we'll do the unboxing, Enrico, on Wednesday, because I am about getting it wrapped up here today. And it's downstairs. I'm enjoying the later start time tonight, says David B. I'm not. I'm fucking tired. But we are starting late tomorrow on Vera's anyway, so might as well. Ryan, you love golf almost as much as Star Wars? I mean, I do love golf. You know, my grandpa got me my first little set of clubs when I was, you think, how old are you when you're in 3rd grade? Like 8 or something? That's when like my grandpa taught me how to play golf. We used to go out there to the country club and stuff like that, play 9 holes. I started off by, you know, on par 4s, I would tee off at the 100-yard marker. On par 5s, I'd tee up at the 150-yard marker. Like, I'd walk along with him, but then I'd get in the fairway. I was little, obviously, and start teeing off from there. And yeah, I loved it. I loved going out there to the course. I loved playing. And it was cool that I was able to get a job with family friends that owned a course. I was able to spend so much time there. I really like golf. Couldn't go pro, so I had to join the Navy. Wow. I would never be good enough. We did have a nice course on the air station, though, when I was in San Diego, that I got to play from time to time. That was fun. That was fun. But yeah, I do think that's about it for me today, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm sorry that I was so late. I'm sorry the stream was so late. I'm sorry that I overslept, but I'm glad that I was able to actually fit it in and do it, and I didn't, like, just sleep all through the night. Why did you go on Cobra Cast? Laughing, man, I got a lot of other shit to do, man. I got my own channel to run, and I got Jeremy's channel to run. I don't got time for Cobra Cast. Sleep is underrated. Sleep really is underrated. Sleep 100%. The older I get, the more highly rated sleep is. I ain't gonna lie. But good sleep, you know? Good sleep. Alright, for you guys that do not know, I'm doing the FML podcast with Very Dark tomorrow at 9 p.m. We might as well just raid her channel so you guys know where it's at. If you didn't know where it was before, we can raid her channel. She's playing Lost Soul Aside Temu Final Fantasy. I don't know what the fuck she's playing right now, but we can send you over there. I think she's still alive. Maximus for 199 says, are you retarded? Thank you. So you guys can watch her play Lost Soul Aside. At least subscribe so you know where you're going for tomorrow's FML podcast. But other than that, oh, is Nerd Cookies here? What's up, Nerd Cookies? There will be no rest until we get good food. Bro, I laid down. I got so fucking drunk last night, and so I was really tired when I woke up this morning for Sports Wars, then did my member stream, and I ate a little lunch. And I'm like, I'm just gonna lay down on the couch for a second and like gather my thoughts and breathe a little bit, and I passed out for like 4 fucking hours. Slept through when I normally stream, so here I am now. What's up, Nerd Cookies? All right, that's it. We're done. Finite. The end of August. Beginning of September. Tomorrow will be a brand new day. I don't know what else to say. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to all of you later. Thank you for a great stream. The likes, the shares, the super chats, everything. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Holy fuck!
What is happening, man? So, for those of you that do not know, Disney had D23, and that's where they show off a bunch of stuff talking about what's to come to a private audience. And there was audio circulating of the Avengers Doomsday trailer that they showed, or the footage that they showed. So, let's hear what's happening. Let's hear the details from the Cosmic Wonder. He was probably there. Let's check this out.
Yesterday, Disney had their Destination D23 event, and Marvel did have a presence there. Not only did we get a message from the Russo brothers, the directors of the film, and Paul Rudd, which you may have heard about, but they also showed...
Why Paul Rudd? That's interesting. Like, why him? Is he a major part of this? Or he was the only one who was available? Like, what? Why?
A really epic montage featuring the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and more, reminding us just how big this movie really is going to be, and the Russo brothers even talk about how big it's going to be as well. While no filming was allowed, now we basically know everything that was shown and said. So we're going to go over what everybody said, who said it, and what it all means. And of course, we're going to talk about what the Russo brothers and Paul Rudd said as well. And I actually think that this might be released pretty soon to the public on YouTube. Maybe not an exact version, because this might be just something very special.
Oh, hurry up!
But this is right on par with their infamous chair video. So I'm guessing this is the next tease that we're going to get. But the Direct.com gathered all the information for the official Avengers Doomsday teaser video featuring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four heroes. Here's everything they said that was shown. They said directors Joe and Anthony Russo took a break from their Doomsday filming in London to say hello to
Just gonna watch you stream.
Message. The message was interrupted by an exuberant Paul Rudd, who stressed the scale of the production and teased the roster that fans got a glimpse of in a teaser video shown during the presentation. The teaser was a rapid montage interspersed with video from the now...
Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play the tapping part to Spanish.
Fuck you doing, dog? What happened?
Predator catchers on Roblox, and they banned him for vigilante.
What the fuck you talking about, y'all?
Why you pause the game?
'Cause I'm looking. Here we go.
limited time, you can get this limited edition Murdered Out InfoWars shirt at the AlexShow.store.
For alert messages, 2 more weeks, we're winning. 3 out of 4 were anti-never Trumpers. 3 out of 4 of them were anti-Trumpers and never Trumpers. Now it's the new MAGA coalition. And it seems that the White House really is indifferent at all the people that have been thrown overboard now for these new MAGA leaders. The new rules of MAGA, these seem to be about square from my analysis. Seems that these are square. Mark Levin over Tucker Carlson.
How much you want to bet you're not going to finish this council?
Anything else over the Epstein files? Trust the experts instead of doing your own research. Operation Warp Speed for babies instead of Fauci trials. Big beautiful spending bill instead of Doge. Bombing Iran instead of no new wars. Bombing Gaza instead of no new wars. Funding Ukraine's war, going to stop it in the first 28 hours. And complying over thinking. Complying over thinking. Are we missing any? Did we miss anything here, guys? I think we got it all down straight. But hey, Trump throwing red meat to the cheerleaders this weekend. This had to be the worst of them. The golden age of travel. Why is it the golden age of travel? Did we finally get rid of TSA groping you and you having to walk through an X-ray machine and your bags getting searched and zapped? Did we finally get rid of the miserable experience that is flying commercially? No. No. You're actually still in the dark age of travel. But it's the golden age of travel, according to the administration, because you get to keep your shoes on. I'm not even kidding you. And they post this 30-second, basically promotional video calling it the golden age of travel because you get to keep your shoes on. Isn't it nice? We might still grope you a little bit. They're still going to frisk you, search your bags, treat you like a total criminal, but at least you get to keep your shoes on. For now, then somebody will sneak something on a plane through a shoe and they'll say, oh, see, we gave you too much freedom. You know, somebody will sneak something onto the plane, they'll put it in their sock, their shoe, whatever, and then they'll just, you know, you dirty Americans, why you can't have nice things. It's the golden age of travel. You want to know the golden age of travel? I was supposed to have some friends in town last week, and they tried to fly, but they didn't have their real-world ID, and so they couldn't get on a plane. ID totally up to date. Didn't have the real ID official verification, so sorry, you can't fly. It's the golden age of travel.
No.
The golden age. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? But over the weekend, the Trump administration trying to give you some hope. And Pam Bondi releasing this statement early this morning saying, oh, we're going to go after the Clinton emails now. Wow. Statement from Attorney General Pamela Bondi on Senate Judiciary Committee request for information related to Clinton email investigation. Today, the Department of Justice honored Chairman Grassley's request to release information relating to former FBI Director James Comey's failed investigation into Hillary Clinton's mishandling of highly classified information during her tenure as Secretary of State. I commend Chairman Grassley for his unwavering, years-long commitment to exposing the truth and holding those who seek to conceal it accountable. This Department of Justice is fully committed to transparency. And will continue to support good faith efforts in Congress to ensure accountability across the federal government. Yeah. How does that one land for you? Does it have much to it? Is there much umph there for you? Much impact there? Tulsi Gabbard is talking about the Russian hoax and Obama Spygate and Operation Crossfire Hurricane. And everybody's saying, we're going to get arrests, we're going to get prosecutions. And you know, I'm just sitting here saying, what does the world in front of me tell me? What does the world behind me tell me? If I'm a gambling man, what am I betting my money on? And then the other part of me is saying, no, there's still hope. There's good people in charge. We can have justice. We can get what we voted for. So then you just got to make a decision. And I'm not betting on it. I'm not betting on it. Why are we now all of a sudden hearing about Hillary Clinton's emails? Why are we now all of a sudden hearing about the Russian collusion hoax? The first Trump administration had 4 years to do something about this and didn't. So why are they doing it now? I believe they're doing it now because Trump's poll numbers are plummeting. I believe they're doing it now because the Epstein debacle is such a complete embarrassment and such a complete disaster, and you're not going to get any Epstein truth. So they're now trying to throw this out there saying, oh, well, you know, you still care about this though, right? Yeah, we didn't deliver first 4 years on this, but we're going to deliver now, so it's okay. You can stop talking about Epstein. We're going to go after Obama now. We're going to go after Clinton now and start talking about that. No. And then you have Trump posting on his Truth Social all the Obama administration, the Obama cabinet members in orange jumpsuits, like they're going to be arrested. Folks, he did this in his first 4 years. He did this when he was campaigning. We've already seen the AI videos. He's already shared them. He's already they've already said they've all committed treason. Nothing changes. And then he posts this video of Obama getting arrested on his Truth Social account. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, I'd love to see all that. I'd love to sit here and cheerlead and wave the pom-poms and tell you I believe it's going to happen or tell you I know it's happening. But I can't do that because I don't believe that and I don't know that. And here we are. And then when I look at it from the larger picture, aside from just the raw politics of it, and then just inserting your own opinion or your own coverage when you go on the air, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going back to last week, and I'm thinking, well, what's really going on here? And keep in mind now, the Trump administration is, we have a criminal referral that's been sent to Pam Bondi's desk. Well, does anybody know where Pam Bondi's desk is? I'm not sure Pam knows where Pam Bondi's desk is. It might have drifted into the Bermuda Triangle, and now it's just gone. So another criminal referral on Pam Bondi's desk that I'm supposed to get excited about. Nobody's ever seen Pam Bondi's desk. I'm not sure Pam has ever been to Pam's desk. So, just stack it on top of all the other criminal referrals that have gone there, and nothing's been done. Literally nothing. Letitia James, you name it. Criminal referrals stacked on Bondi's desk. Nobody's ever seen the desk. Right next to all the Epstein files she was going to give you. So, what's going on? Well, is this the Trump administration trying to throw its weight around and say, listen, and by the way, the charge is perjury. He's claiming this multi-billion-dollar addition renovation to the Fed building is necessary. So then there's the debates about he's putting in a luxury hotel and like all this other crap. Who knows? It's nothing but lies comes out of Washington, D.C. Nothing but lies. So I don't trust any of it. I think they're all dirty, rotten liars. There's something about that city. Once you get into that city, you become a dirty, rotten crook. No matter who you send there. It's just, there's something there. So they're obviously using this against Powell, and they're saying, hey, We sent the criminal referral to Pam Bondi's desk, as if that puts fear into any man. Nobody's shaking at the news of that. They might be shaking in laughter. Hey, we've got the criminal referral. You committed perjury. You said that all the expenses and the renovations were necessary. You committed perjury. And the criminal referral's on Pam Bondi's desk now. We don't want this to get nasty. You know, you can do this the easy or you can do this the hard way. Why don't you just cut rates? Just cut the rates. Criminal referral, Jerome. Criminal referral. Cut the rates. Cut the rates. Clearly, that's what's going on. Now, is Powell going to blink? And, you know, they say you ask 10 expert economists their opinion on the economy, and you'll get 11 different answers. So I've seen people make the argument of why you can't increase the interest rates because of the massive debt bubble that we have right now. I've seen people arguing why we have to decrease the interest rates for the exact same reason. So it's just like, yeah, pick whatever. Whatever expert opinion you want to hear. I look at it from a reality perspective that's like plausible from an individual level that you could experience or I could experience. You talk about the debt bubble and all this other stuff. Is it all a fiat currency? It's all pumped up by the Fed. It's all fake anyway. Is it bad? Yeah, it's horrible. We're going to be 40 trillion in debt. It's a joke. Audit Fort Knox. Oh, never mind. Actually, we're going all in on crypto. Why did Trump go from saying crypto is nothing, it's worthless, it's valueless, we should get into gold, and now he's all about crypto and we're not going to pay attention to gold? There's definitely a reason for that. But getting back to the Powell situation, you know, this is how bad it is in America. And I've got some other just stuff on my desk here that looks at other economic issues and just shows you how our money has been destroyed. Since the Fed was invented, our money has been completely destroyed. And so we'll go back in time and look at some of that in perspective. But this is what it's like with the current interest rates. I purchased a home in, I guess it was about 2020. I don't remember exactly, but let's say about 2020. And my interest rate was very low. I think it might even be in the twos. Now, if I try to purchase a house, I've looked into this. If I purchase a house and I make a bigger down payment on a house that's $70,000 less, because of the interest rates, I will have a higher monthly mortgage payment. That's obscene. So what these interest rates are doing is they're keeping people out of the asset column. They're making it so that you can't afford a house or a car, but if you do decide that you're going to buy that, you're going to be crushed by the interest rates. And so that turns most people off. So it's just turning us into this renter's economy where you just can't even own anything because you look at the bottom line and you say the monthly payment on this vehicle, the monthly payment on this house, I can't afford it because of the interest rates, so I'm just going to rent. You'll see even how maddening it all is when I get into this other stuff, just looking at what the dollar used to work, what the worth of the dollar used to be compared to what it is now. But I know I'm not the only one. I talk to other people they've done the same thing, and they're just looking at it, they're like, yeah, we wanted to move, but with these interest rates, just can't right now. Why would we? You're getting crushed by these interest rates. They are crushing you. So Trump is just begging Powell. And I think Trump's already waved the white flag when it comes to the debt and everything else. I think that's pretty clear. I think he's just decided that the debt's fake, the money's fake, so whatever. Just give the American people as much as we can right now, and then maybe they'll make smart decisions in crypto or something else. And Powell's just like, well, Probably the entire banking system is going to collapse at this rate, so we have to have the interest rates this high. And Trump is saying nobody can afford to buy anything. I can't get the economy going. I can't get Americans' confidence and morale positive in the economy with these interest rates. And Powell's like, you understand we're going to crash the whole banking system? So it's really just a complete and utter disaster. Now, there's no doubt when Powell is out, I'm sure the next person will lower interest rates at Trump's behest. But that's the game he's playing. And so it's all a game of blackmail in Washington, D.C. That's what you really have going on. This is the age of blackmail. Hey, we're going to hit you with criminal charges if you don't cut the interest rates. So I go back to the big blackmail. The big blackmail scandal, allegedly. Jeffrey Epstein. Now, if you've been paying attention, there's been all sorts of little droppings now trying to attach Trump to Epstein. And I would look at it from this perspective. Because if it can't be applied universally, it's not logic, it's propaganda. So now I'm supposed to believe that all of the files relating to Spygate and the Russian collusion hoax was all preserved perfectly. And when the Biden administration was in there for 4 years, nothing was done to those. Nothing. But the Epstein files, those have been doctored, those have been manipulated, those have been manufactured. But not the Biden administration that was literally tied to the Spygate Russian collusion hoax. They didn't do anything about that. They left all that sitting there. But the Epstein stuff, they put some fake things in there. Now, go back to that little doodle and that little note that Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein they published in the Wall Street Journal last week. Do you really think that is from the quote-unquote Epstein files? Do you really think that that was sitting somewhere in D.C. or somewhere in New York and not a single Democrat decided to publish it when Trump was running in 2024 or earlier? You don't really believe that now, do you? So you have to ask, where did the Wall Street Journal get it? And I'm not gonna go all in on this stuff today, but there's some new drippings out there about Trump and Epstein. And again, I don't care if Trump's hanging around and, you know, getting cozy with 20-year-old girls when he's 40 and 50, whatever. I don't care. But see, somebody gave that little note and that little illustration to the Wall Street Journal. Somebody that they believe is credible enough, reliable enough, that they published it despite facing now a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit. So who was it? Where did it come from? I bet you it came from Tel Aviv. And I bet you there's more there. And this is the whole blackmail operation that is now running Washington, D.C. So Trump is blackmailing all of his political enemies in America right now. Oh, we're going to criminal charges for Obama, criminal charges for the Obama cabinet, criminal charges for Jerome Powell. So that's Trump blackmailing all of them. But then on the back end, Trump is dealing with all of this stuff out of Israel. And it's, you know, it's mostly just mundane stuff. I mean, it looks bad because you're with Epstein. But okay, a letter with weird words and an illustration and him hanging out with a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Are you at?
Beauty pageants and, you know, going into the female locker rooms.
Pretty lit.
It's like they're all 18.
What?
They're not minors. He's not
Said
going to the
pretty lit.
island. But it's embarrassing. It's a bad
The
look.
fuck
He
does
doesn't
that
wanna deal with
mean?
it, so he's asking you just call off the dogs.
Oh.
But when Trump went after South Africa, what was the timing of that? South Africa comes out and says Netanyahu's committing a genocide.
Are you
The
at
next week,
Challenger
Trump comes out in
Deep?
South Africa. Brazil's
Probably,
president
dog.
comes out against Netanyahu,
Damn,
saying they're committing a
dude.
genocide.
Is
The
the
next week,
fucking
Trump goes
whole
after Brazil.
freaking...
Yeah.
So, do I have
Nice,
to spell
dude.
it out for you? Do I have to spell it out for you? You've got your clear, new MAGA coalition, who was never MAGA, and then you've got, it's the age of blackmail.
Yeah, you're making this fucking castle way too big, dude. You're never gonna finish this.
In Washington, D.C.
Why not? It's not even that big.
Nah. You're not gonna finish it, dude. Baggy couldn't finish Hogwarts.
Kuhn and Netanyahu.
Fly by Van Halen. Starts to hurt while doing this. Take a break, come back later. Main thing is the geometrical shape that we're tapping. This whole thing is based off of the same geometrical shape, and he slides it chromatically. He winds up playing a major chord, he puts a flat fret, and then the G. So do that a few times. We're gonna listen and let go. You have to mute your strings too, right? So that's not the main component to this, but it's part of it that I noticed. I've got my arm kind of on the strings, and we really just want this G string to be open. So I'm kind of keeping my palm on the strings a little bit, my arm, this hand, kind of these fingers are sort of providing, muting once in a while. But most.
So she's basically Netanyahu's full access to the White House. Full control of the White House is run by Susie Wiles. And for whatever reason they wanted Musk out, I think I got a pretty good idea here. And so then, after everybody's talking about Susie Wiles last week, because people in D.C. see how everything's going sideways now, and everybody's seeing it, they're like, hey, start talking about Wiles. Two puff pieces telling you how great Susie Wiles is. Yep. So Musk is out. But see, Trump's instincts were right. And that's the problem. Trump's instincts are usually really good, like 99% successful. But then he gets all these other people in there manipulating him, confusing him, throwing him off the real scent. And then he ends up taking bad advice or getting bad intelligence and then doing something that pisses his face off.
Fuka.
Instead of just going with his instincts. When he brought Musk in, and he said, this is a one-of-a-kind, this guy's a genius. That was his instincts. That was the right move. And then everything he was doing with Doge.
I know what you're saying,
Doge
dog.
is nothing now. Oh, we got $9 billion in cuts. That's like 1% of what we need. And it's like, okay, we defunded NPR, we defunded PBS. That's great. I celebrate that. We shut down USAID, but now they just send the funding out through these bills. So it's still the same gravy train.
Ninen and Kaloinen.
Cover it up and say it's just the big beautiful bill. It's great. Oh no, another $500 million for Israel. Oh no, another $500 million for Ukraine. Oh no, another $500 million for this foreign country, that foreign country. So it's the same boondoggle.
Big and then smell.
Same boondoggle. So what is the story behind the scenes? And I think this other story gives us a better idea.
Fuck.
Pete Hegseth abandoned by
This is like the painful tired.
left in turmoil. Pete Hegseth has lost 6 of his
Painful
senior aides in as
tired,
many
dog.
months. With the defense secretary's struggle to retain key staff leaving the Pentagon in limbo. Now, we had a former Pentagon staffer on last week that was talking about the turmoil. Folks, here's what's going on. And now, it's like, if you're Bongino and you're Hegseth, it's a lot easier for Hegseth than Bongino. But you're just men on an island at this point. You're just men lost like a child on an island. No pun intended. all the anti-war voices are being either fired or they're resigning right now. That's what's going on. And the message has been sent loud and clear that if you try to become a voice of reason or a voice against war, now if you're a big heavy hitter, like a Witkoff, then you can speak out against wars and try to negotiate peace and you'll be okay. But if you're an aide or a staffer and, you know, maybe you're trying to help somebody out make a decision or bring some news to the team that they haven't seen or bring some perspective to the team that they haven't seen, you're gone. And you're either resigning or you're getting investigated. Either way, you're gone. No, there will be no anti-war voices in D.C. There will be no anti-war voices getting access to this administration. That's the message. And they don't even want to hear about Doge. That's like the Epstein list, but behind the scenes. Stop talking about Doge. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to know about it. They don't want to see it.
Whoa!
Want any more cuts?
I'm gonna die.
The Doge team is like, okay, fine, we're out. We're done. You don't want us here? We're gone. Same with all these Pentagon staff. You don't want us here? Fine, we're gone. But you know, President Trump wants to change the name of the Washington Commanders to the Washington Redskins, guys, so everything's fine. Everything's great. We're going to get the Washington Redskins. Another blackmail operation, by the way. Because the land that they want to build the new stadium on is federal land. So Trump is saying, I'm not going to let you build the stadium unless you change the name. I mean, it's just a joke. And look, rename the Redskins. I completely agree. The whole thing is a joke. And if you're the Washington Commanders ownership team, you're like, okay, we just drafted this young quarterback. He's going to be a star for probably a decade or more. So yeah, now's the time. We just strike gold. Build the new stadium. Let's do it.
Holy shit, brother.
Actually, we're going to need you to name the Washington Redskins. I need a win. I need a win really bad. So, we're going to call them the Redskins here. I'm not going to actually get that actually.
No.
But see, this is what it all comes down to. This is what it all comes down to right here.
What does this game do that, man? Shit is so stupid.
Fucked up. The base will turn and there's no going back. Dangling bits of red meat no longer satisfies. They want the whole steak dinner and accept nothing else. Marjorie Taylor Greene gets it. That's one way to put it. Representative Andy Evans, jail Obama, jail Hillary, jail Fauci, jail Mayorkas.
Kyrie Christe Allison.
That's the only answer to this riddle, folks. That's it. There are no other answers. And I wouldn't bet on any of it happening. It's a bet I'd love to lose.
Damn, dog, it's the fucking terminal, dog.
So what are we gonna get? This drawn out anticipation 2.0.
Oh, dog, it's terminal.
The arrests are coming. How can you expect me to carry water for that after you failed to deliver? There is no carrying water anymore. There are no excuses anymore. There's only excuse makers, and there's only deliverers. That's it. There is no in between. But hey,
God damn.
Trump, he's gonna get all the promotion.
fuck.
And then there's this. Now, remember, I reported on this about 2 or 3 months ago. I started getting invitations. I heard about other people getting invitations. Now it's everybody's reporting it. Mainstream news. MAGA going to Israel.
It's a lot of football fields.
The government is paying to have 16 MAGA social media influencers with millions of followers brought to Israel to learn how to stop American youth from turning against Tel Aviv over Gaza. Now, this is just one. This is just one of the many efforts. But they brought hundreds. It's all funded. Like, you know, nothing is free, right? Oh, I'm getting a free trip to Israel. Yeah, that's what it is, totally. Free trip, just because everything's so great. Now, this isn't their only operation, but it's one of them. I think they're going public because it used to be you just got offered the trip, you took it. You didn't really think much of it. Now, people are getting offered the trip and rejecting it because they think it'll be a blind
Cause
on
that
their
bitch
club.
bad. Fucking piece of shit.
But it's just like why you go to a
Why is it turning to the right when I'm turning to the left? You fucking faggot plane.
week ago. The first booth when you walk in is the Israel booth, promoting sending Americans, conservatives, to Israel. First booth. And then they arrested the guy who was at the booth, who was a VIP pass member.
Yes, turn to the right. That is where we must go.
So it's not good. Now, then you got a situation. I do believe Trump went on these guys' podcasts at least once. And these guys are pretty popular. They got to be probably 1 million followers on YouTube, I would guess. And that's the Nelk-Bulls, or the Full Send podcast. And mostly, I don't know. I don't know too much about them. So if anybody in the crew, if I'm wrong on this, but I think, don't they do like kind of pranks and stuff on YouTube normally? I think it's what I see at least. I don't know. I don't think they're really known for political commentary.
Fuck no.
But they did score an interview with Trump.
What'd you say, dog?
I said fucking kill me, dude.
Damn, dog. But aren't things going so well, dog?
Very big on YouTube. Now, they score an interview with Netanyahu. Now, what it's worth, you can see they have their access with Trump here on the screen. When they were doing their Trump tour with Trump, none of them were wearing suits and ties.
Oh, you telling me you don't want to blow your brains out, dude?
Dog, what do you mean, dog? Everything's swell.
Yeah, so you're A-okay, dude?
Dog, aren't you, dog? Dog, just wake up on the right side of the bed and you'll be good.
Yeah, man, that's totally it.
Just say, today's gonna be a good day, dog. And then you'll go to sleep wanting the next day to be good too, dog.
Aren't you the one who tells me, like, he can hardly sleep? Oh.
Yeah, I guess you can't hope up to wake up on the right side of the bed if you can't fall asleep. I was talking.
Oh, my fucking bed is fucked. My mattress is fucked.
I was talking about how much sleep I got one night. I can't remember when it was, and I said it was like 3 hours, and I was like, wait, is that even enough to get REM sleep? And maybe that's why. Didn't you talk about not dreaming or some shit before?
Oh, I asked you if you had a dream or whatever.
Oh, maybe the reason that the answer would be no is because I don't even stay asleep long enough.
I don't know what the right side of my bed is.
Dog, it doesn't have it, dog.
Nice.
Which is targeted to young Americans and does prank videos. Because Netanyahu knows Israel is losing the American youth at an astronomical rate. They try to bring him on this podcast and make him look cool, and he's with the Nelk boys. Then he just slangs all the propaganda, hoping all the American youth will buy this. Don't like Netanyahu now. Total failure. But that's why Netanyahu had this thing arranged. Why would Netanyahu, whose country is in a 5-front war, 5-front war, bombing multiple countries, massive operation underway in the Gaza Strip? Why would he be doing these podcasts? Because he knows without America, Israel is going to be in a, well, I don't know. In his eyes, it's not going to be in a good state of affairs. I'd like to think Israel can stand on its own. And that's what Israel should have to do. But Netanyahu would rather keep the gravy train going. So he's coming here to try to win back the American youth. Well, so the Nelk boys see all the negativity, and they're probably just like, whoa. What the hell? So then they were reading these comments, trying to do their own damage control after this interview. So they're reading these comments like this in clip 14.
Having Netanyahu on is like having a modern day Hitler. Oh, I saw that. Which is, honestly, guys, I'll be honest, I'm here to. It's a good point. I like. We're here to help and learn with these guys.
So obviously they had no idea the backlash they were about to get.
Dog, I was here today, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got food in this building right here.
Pranks and hijinks and have fun.
Nice.
Somebody set this up for them, and they just said, "Yeah, of course we'll do it. Why wouldn't we?"
Be pretty lit if that happened in real life.
And then they saw
Yeah,
all the
dude.
backlash,
I'm
and
buying
now they're doing
a fucking
damage control,
poutine
and
and
they're
just
like, "Oh, we didn't realize we were interviewing Hitler."
Fucking F-23s crashed through
So I
the
mean, to
ceiling.
me, you know, that's
Fucking insane, dude.
again. I don't judge somebody that doesn't claim to be a political guy, and then maybe makes a political mistake. But okay, maybe you recognize the mistake, and you see that your audience doesn't like what you've done, so you immediately address it. And you immediately address it, and they're
I'd
like,
be
"Yeah,
pretty
that's
pretty lit if the wing walker crashed.
Oh
So
my
whether it's
god.
self-preservation or they're effing learning, like he says, it just shows. A total failed propaganda attempt by Netanyahu, trying to win over America's youth. Total failure. It's the only reason why he's doing it. And there's no going back from this.
Nice, dog. Dude, why does it,
Shit broken?
why does it do that? I don't know what's wrong. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it does.
Has gone sideways from the America First agenda into the Israel
And dog,
First
you gotta
agenda.
shake the fucking lever.
And even on the fun YouTube shows like that with millions of followers that do pranks and hijinks and giveaways, even their audience
Nice.
dare you put Netanyahu on this channel, I'm never watching again. And they immediately have to come out and say, "We're sorry, we didn't know he was Hitler."
Oh. Die, dog.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you can support us by shopping at thealexjonesstore.com. And let me tell you what we have going on this week. We have a sale happening this week. The buy one, get one bombshell sale. 25% off everything.
What a
Extended
faggot
one
joke,
more day.
man.
That was supposed to end yesterday. We've extended that one more day. Buy one, get one free methylene blue tincture. Buy one, get one free Shilajit gummies. Buy one, get one free sea moss gummies. Yes, the bombshell sale happening this week. Unleash your inner warrior with the buy one, get one bombshell sale at the AlexJonesStore.com happening this week only.
Why is this even a
Grab bottle of
thing,
Sheila G
man?
gummies and get another bottle free, boosting your energy and stamina like never before. Or double up on methylene blue tincture to supercharge your cognitive.
Why is it a thing, you ask? Oh, ho, ho.
Right into a fucking pole. Oh, 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 oh. Burgill McGinsey.
Remember those commercials?
Mostly kind of good for nothing. Not loaded like this, but you know, a lot of kids, their parents would sit out on the vitamins on the counter every morning before you go to school, go chomp your vitamins down.
665 2000.
Yeah, bro.
Put a couple sea moss gummies out there on the counter for your kids before they go to school, and they're going to love the taste, and it's going to be good for them. The problem is they're going to be wanting more because they taste so good. So I guess not everything is perfect, or maybe things can be too good. But if you've never tried those, and you just don't like swallowing capsules, swallowing pills, try the gummies out. The Sheila G gummies, the sea moss gummies, both buy one get one free. I think we've got other gummy options as well. Both of those are buy one get one free right now at the AlexJonesStore.com. And remember, every purchase you make at the Alex.
Yeah, don't you wish they did something like that?
Like right over the crowd, like 2 feet above the crowd.
Yeah.
I'll show you what they usually do, and then I'll show you what I want them to do.
Alright.
I'll say it when I'm about to do it. So usually they come in over here on this side of the shore, where you can see that line in the water, in between here and the land.
Yeah.
Nice. What? I'll go back around. So they're reasonably far. What I would want them to actually do is come in.
Like apparently is already the issue here generating so many images in popular search trends that now you're just looking through images and you're
right in front. And do some like crazy shit.
We saw how the former Israeli Prime Minister ran a digital cover-up campaign with this statement about Epstein last week.
Yeah, I think those eardrums would be blown out. Bro, I felt my fucking lungs shaking when it was that far away. If it came in that close, I think I would have internal bleeding.
Dude, imagine it being above you and being low, like at London, dude. They do it like, holy fuck.
You know, since we're talking AI, let's play this other clip. I mean, I don't spend too much time thinking about it, other than when I do think about it, I realize we're not near enough to address the potential issue. And it's funny because maybe AI is already big behind us. Would that surprise anybody? Would anybody be shocked if AI can somehow already read minds? What if it could train itself? What if it could grow and evolve? Anybody talking about this? We have proof that some AI has developed survival mechanisms. But I actually was thinking about this the other day. Somebody made a post about birth rates.
Did you get a good spot?
Yep. Same spot as always. some fucking faggot cop said, "Oh, you can't cross the bridge while the first plane's going because we're a few minutes late." And we're like, "Bro, just let us cross the bridge." And
those like the wooden bridge.
Yeah, it's like they don't allow people to go into the stands during a baseball game because I guess because the players, like especially if the pitchers there, seeing people walk around and shit. Always trying to lock in. That's one thing. They can't fucking see us at the bridge. And then I said, you guys, I didn't say this like actually, but I said you guys are being retarded because you don't let us stand on the steps. You don't let us stand on the steps on the other side, but you're letting us stand on the steps here. And then he was like, "Oh, but I already told you guys to not stand on." But bro, and I was just like, I was like, we wouldn't have to stand on the steps if you just let us go. And then eventually they let us go. So that shows if you pressure cops for things that they actually don't have to uphold, they'll get in at some point.
So this clip kind of comes off a little funny in the beginning, and it's kind of hypothetical, but it's also a very real situation now. And to give you the context here, what happens when men no longer have a desire to be with women?
I want them to do a stunt where they have the windmill spinning and Big Jet tries to fly through it.
Oh my god, dude. That's funny.
He's bouncing around.
Imagine it just gets bad timing.
What happens when that desire is almost
Be pretty sick, man.
by AI? It's an educational video from Futurama.
Ordinary human dating. It's enjoyable and it serves an important purpose. But when a human dates an artificial mate, there is no purpose, only enjoyment. And that leads to tragedy.
Why did it steer that much still, man?
Whoa.
I know, I was hovering on the water.
What the hell?
Billy, do you want to walk your dog? No thanks, Mom. I'd rather make out with my robot.
Did the pontoon make another appearance or whatever?
Do you want to get a paper route and earn some extra cash?
Oh, the plane?
Thanks, Dad. I'd rather make out with my
Yeah.
robot.
No, but the helicopter was there.
Billy, do you want to come over?
Which helicopter?
We can make out
A
together.
Huey, basically, like the rescue helicopter.
That's an awfully long way to go
Oh,
for making out.
yeah.
Snooze fest.
Did you notice what went wrong in that scene?
Oh, did they make the people like jump from it again? The water?
And then they spin around and then go back to them.
That's fucking boring, dude. Fuck about that.
I remember they used to do it twice. And then I think people complained, and then they just do it once now. Dude, it was fucking insane.
I want them, if they can fucking get an F-22 to fucking be at the air show, I want them to get the Apache there.
That is true, but I don't, like, helicopters aren't as frequent at air shows.
It sucks.
Like, I say all the time, if you're gonna get a fucking helicopter, I'm sorry, if being Canadian doesn't really cut it for me. I think being default, by default of being Canadian doesn't actually matter. Especially if it's not probably made by us, so it doesn't really matter either way. But instead of a fucking Huey rescuing someone in the water, get an Apache, get a Cobra, get a Chinook or some shit. I think a few years ago there was supposed to be a Chinook, but something happened, went wrong. Get a fucking pave low at least.
Which helicopter is the knockout helicopter in Transformers?
I don't remember the name of it, but it's similar to a Pablo, but it just has a bunch of shit on it. I don't remember the name.
That has built civilization to this point, well, what happened to civilization collapse? And we're really not even into that phase.
That would be really fucking cool, dude. If they, what was the helicopter in the first COD, when the nuke goes off and you're in it? It has like two big helicopter blades.
Chinook, that's
one
what
at the
I was
front,
talking
one at the back. Yeah, okay, so what if they got that one, and, I don't know, they do like a fucking rappel line, kind of like, instead of like them jumping out, you have people rappelling down. And they're high enough where they can have a jet fly under it, kind of hit the guy. Like, that would be fucking sick, bro.
Where if you hit him on the cockpit, it's 5 points. If you get him in the engine, it's 10 points.
Like, just try to hit him with the nose of the jet. It doesn't. I mean, they can hang a fucking target. All right, like it doesn't have to be. Just let it be that. The bonus points if he hits the helicopter.
Oh no! Reject.
I want to see them shoot their flares.
Yeah, she was shooting flares today.
And that's virtually every
The F-35 did?
Yeah.
Futuristic sci-fi movie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But where are the conversations about this? Where is any...
I wonder how much one flare costs.
Is it in the church?
What did it look like?
Is it in the media?
Didn't the F-22 do it last year?
You get a little bit of it in
I don't
culture,
know.
but
I don't
then those
remember.
individuals end up being attacked.
I think
and
it did.
Flares, I don't.
Usually when it does the power loop, when it does like the backflip, it sprays it out while it's spinning.
So,
but what does it look like?
you got these issues with AI nobody's talking about.
Well,
What
they
happens
did
when
live
AI
stream
can
it.
just rig an internet
But
better
just
than
look it
any
up.
intelligence community can,
It's
better
hard
than
to
any
explain.
government can.
Looks like a
What happens when men are no longer
instead of a
driven
red flare, it looks like a
to
white flare,
succeed?
kind of like in
What happens
movies,
when
but
men are
it
no
doesn't go
longer
as far.
driven to success because everything can just be right in front of them at the flick
See, I'm not
of a
even
switch?
tired anymore.
Why?
Don't
Are
know.
we really
I
having
don't
these
sit tired for
conversations,
long.
or are we just going to launch into this AI world and just leave the current world?
Nice.
That's what's happening here.
God, man. This
And
is
you know,
so stupid.
I get into nostalgia not too often on
So
the show. Sometimes I do on my ex
stupid.
account. And I think about, because I read these stories like,
Try
oh,
it one more time. I
20% of young
unplugged.
men have never approached a
Unplugged
woman.
back in.
And then there was another story about teenagers and drinking. And look, I'm not endorsing teenagers drinking, but you know, I was no square in high school. I went to tons of parties.
There was one plane today, which I get it.
Like,
It's
you know,
a
that's kind of the culture
a
in high
historic
school, it's
plane,
kind of
and
culture
it was
in
like
college.
from
And there was some story about
like
how
a long fucking time ago.
teenagers and college kids.
But there was a plane where its top speed was like 130 knots, 125 knots.
Never even been to a house party.
Like, that's fucking so slow.
It's just crazy to think that the world that's just 20 years ago. That's just 20 years ago. Imagine another 20 years. I'm not up here
Whoa.
What the fucking jet is this?
Still Chinese jet.
Thing looks fucking cool. Got 3 fucking guns.
Huh? Yeah, 3 guns.
And I just can't imagine these kids growing up, they don't even know what life was like with a smartphone. It's like totally foreign. How do you even explain it? How do you even explain that we used to live in a world when we were present? How do you even explain that we used to live in a world in front of us? Not in a screen, not in a digital world. That it was actually right there. We were all in it together. And you could watch like old sporting events, like go watch Stone Cold Steve Austin doing a stunner, or go watch Mark McGwire hitting a home run. And what do you see? What do you see in those 1990 videos in that moment that everybody wanted to see? What did you see? What did you see when that stunner was happening? What did you see when that home run was being liftoff? You saw all the flashing lights. Just all at once. And it was a phenomenon. It was a representation of we're all here. We're all doing the same thing. We're all in this together. We're all in the moment. You don't get that. Everybody's in their own little world, no matter where you are. You go to a ball game, everybody's in their own little world. You go to school, everyone's in their own little world. You got after school activities, whatever, everybody's in their own little world. Everybody's always in their own little world. And it's stunning. It's stunning to me to think that was only 20 years ago. And how it's so exponential. The world that I grew up in, and the world that my dad grew up in, we have more in common. There's more in common I have with my dad. We have more shared life experience. We have more similar life experience. Even with my grandfather. I probably have more shared experience, a closer
Thing looks fucking massive, though.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I will even have with my own children.
Definitely feels like a bomber, even if it's a fighter. If it's a fighter, then it's pretty chopped. Well, that is 2 pilots. Two pilots side by side. That's like the most anti-fighter jet thing ever.
Maybe these guys did talk about it, and it was way too fast, and so nobody really cared, nobody really thought about it, so there was no interest. So they just said, well, screw it, let's just go all in. Because nobody's really talking. It's like everybody sees it. Everybody sees what's going on. Everybody sees how our souls are being sucked into these machines. Everybody sees how our consciousness is somewhere else. It's not even in the real world anymore. Everybody can see this. We all know what's going on, and it's only going one direction. There's no correction, of course. There's no big warnings. And it's leading to all these mental issues. Like somebody did this lecture about how social media is destroying the youth. And it's why you have all these people with depression and all of these people going to get these pills and these mental disorders, because it's like, yeah, well, what do? They follow these people on Instagram and they think, wow, they really do have it. Like they never have to shit like their ass. They never have any drama. They never have any sorrow. They never have any issues. Just, oh, look, they're living it all. They have it all. They have the fame. They have the fortune. They have the money, the wealth, everything. They're traveling. They're on boats. They're on everything. Why can't I have that? Well, that's just censored reality fed to you to depress you. And none of it's real. And it's like you want to find...
See if this piece
you want
of
to
shit
find
works.
the healthiest people. They're the people that spend the least amount of time on their phones, on the internet, in nature. They don't even know what's going on. They don't even care. And actually, Musk said this the other day. He said, to you, and or done something wrong, that it's like now they can blackmail you for life. It's almost like they like that. It's. It says Trump administration not back. Alpha ready at
runway 26 departing straight out.
November X-ray 47 Alpha when called straight out departure approved. Cleared for Go to theelephantstore.com right now and get ultramethylene blue capsule or liquid. Buy one, get one free. Powerful.
Pedo, honey trap, operations that are certified on record with her father, Robert Maxwell. That's documented. Buried in Mount Olives. Military burial. Work. Inside. And there is no doubt that Benjamin Netanyahu was using information he's got about people in the Trump administration. Perhaps even Trump or control. You see that. And now you see headlines, House shutting until September to block Epstein's vote. That's not true either. They were going to be closing in August, like they always do in Trump days, not to get his appointments of the ambassadors and churches done. No ambassadors.
Whoever made this plan has serious fucking problems, man. Oh god. It's so bad. If this thing got in a dogfight, you wouldn't last half a second. It's so bad, dude. Let me put the fucking gear up. That's so dumb.
Says they want this released as a traitor. And you're
Dude,
not part
they're
of
all
our
dead.
Oh my
Shapiro,
god.
the rest of them, Levin, Trump himself. I mean, you couldn't. Acton were guilty.
Holy
You couldn't try to spotlight it more. It's like getting in your ski boat and then aiming it at the land and just driving at full power onto the rocks. And a nice little cherry on top is the Democrats saying they want hearings with Ghislaine Maxwell
X-ray 47 Alpha ready
in
for
Congress.
straight out at runway 05.
Starting, they started saying it 3 days ago, and then immediately we hear the DOJ is going to send high-level officials. They've now chosen the Deputy Attorney General to race in the next few days to meet at length with Ghislaine Maxwell in federal prison. And they even admit, the DOJ, that they want to put all this to rest. Well, that's the opposite of putting it to rest. It'd be like if you're 14 and your parents come home and you say, Dad, I haven't been smoking marijuana. And your dad goes, I smell it though. Well, Dad, it's not in the shoebox under my bed. Well, let's go see. I mean, like your wife, come on early from work. See a guy right on the back door when you come in, your wife's naked in bed. It's like, I wasn't having sex with that man. It's bad, ladies and gentlemen. And I've never been so paradoxically torn, because I'm going to tell the truth no matter what. And all I do is research, talk to experts, sources, and so we're dialed in, dialed in, dialed in. This is all I do. And I look at all of the superb things Trump's doing. And how he's irrevocably damaging globalists, and I'm not lesser of evils.
Yeah, it doesn't even have textured afterburners. Like, I don't know how this got such a high score. Or rating or whatever. It handles like a fucking actual retard. Like, look at this, dude.
And it's like a retard, dude.
Up one side, down the other. conspiracy ongoing for really since 2013, but under the name Crossfire Hurricane since 2016, by Obama and the deep state, Clapper, Brennan, Comey, and now we know Pence. That's coming out. From the beginning, he was an operative.
Literally unflyable plane.
Reporting, and we knew this. We always knew it was Pence working with the FBI to take on Flynn. And Flynn has seen the information and says with Gabbard,
I saw one of these fly today.
Director of National Intelligence is set to release in the next few days is, quote, mind-blowing.
It's called the Extra 330.
Obama directing and people covering their ass, putting it in their own emails in minutes to protect themselves at the time, because they knew it was treason, that, okay, we were all there today. Obama told us to do it, and they all put it in their own records, their own emails, and told their aides, knowing if this ever came out and they weren't successful, they'd say presidential immunity, we were following the president.
Nice.
So, there's also a House report set to come out on Wednesday or Thursday. They were saying Wednesday, now they're adding more, maybe Friday, maybe even next week now. And I'm told by the Congress people that have seen it, and the White House folks that have seen it, and I've talked to Congress people, that it is the House committees were able to get this. The intelligence committees and others. And so they're deciding to go ahead and declassify or release stuff that they want to release, that Gabbard's already given the DOJ in her official criminal complaint. She said,
gotta release the documents, dog.
They have Ratcliffe and the CIA stuff. So, remember how evil Obama is. Remember the deep state they still have in place in many areas. Remember how they dissolve the borders and human trafficking. Remember all they've done. And just remember, while we are upset and disgusted by the very guilty behavior we're seeing on this administration connected to Epstein.
Damn, I died.
And all the rest of
I
it.
fucking died.
That we have certified absolute proof that the Democrats have an anti-American, anti-human, anti-God, globalist agenda. They are 100% guilty of all sorts of horrible things, including treason against the voters of this nation, a coup, attempted coup, impeachments, stolen election, all of it. And those stay-behind networks that Obama put in that I've been talking about since 2016, and it was only I and Zero Hedge that were covering it, to my great frustration. Now, I love Mike Benz, really smart guy, great government analyst. You know, he's out detailing it all and being lauded for, oh my God, he just discovered all of it. And he does a great job articulating it. And I'm not in competition with him. He just does stuff like when I go on Tucker a few months ago, like, oh, I'm going to watch this, and put like a laughing, crying face on there. And then we ask him to come on, he won't come on. I guess he's so credible, he can't.
Damn, dog.
You know.
What up?
I'm a millionaire, dog. Look.
Target with Trump of this, a side target, but one of the main side targets.
How was that?
We got the NSA documents from Sheriff Arpaio. It was given by the feds. And we were the first to tell Trump he was being spied on by Obama, by the state.
It has one fucking propeller.
I'm glad Mike Benz is advising the White House. I mean, I told Trump
Yo,
all this
that's crazy.
in 2017, early on.
And I'm fucking dead.
I wrote him memos.
No.
He asked for them. And so, yeah, I already know all this, but even more is coming out now. And it's just very paradoxical to be chewed up and shot up and still have stay-behind groups in the Justice Department of the Democrats literally with court filings to shut this place down anytime. We're battling them. But the state court's so corrupt, the same with the show trial, they can come anytime. They have the piece of paper.
It's always weird when they put the propellers behind the wings. Usually you want propellers on the wings or in front of it so you can get just lift by default.
We're out of ammunition. We're fighting with our swords now. Troops are climbing over. Davy Crockett just blew up the ammo magazine. And I've got Santa Ana's troops getting ready to run bail
Kamikaze to where I ate today. Woo! Wow, that's too fast. I couldn't fucking maneuver.
And then under the paradox that I've been reached out to by the Justice Department,
Oh, fuck! Boom.
because they were so naked and made a lot of mistakes. Justice Department's words, they're more careful to cover up their attacks on Trump and his family, but we really don't like these corrupt judges and law firms and groups, and we want to go after them. So they made a lot of mistakes in your case, so give us everything, and we've been doing that. And they got good people there that are moving forward. So I mean, I've got the Trump administration literally.
I might go with you to the gym on Wednesday. You're still gonna
and it's
go.
just very paradoxical. That I have a responsibility to report on this Epstein stuff. So I'm gonna go over it all today. Martin Armstrong is an amazing economist, and with all this economic news, I wanted to get his, just on for 30 minutes, start of the next hour. $2 trillion debt bubble about to pop. Zombie companies on edge of collapse. That's the mainstream news. Biggest debt bubble, biggest stock market bubble ever. Debt bubble too, 40 trillion. Just from the U.S. Other countries are even worse per capita. You've got the biggest stock bubble in history with the AI. And Armstrong doesn't just shoot his mouth off. He's heavily dialed in, talks to the British, the Russians, advises major governments. He says on the current trajectory, 100% chance of nuclear war.
Alright, dog, I'm gonna get off.
So that's kind of important. And then Stuart Rhodes